Is this thing on? Does it transmit the noises? Man, that delay is like non-existent right now. Audio quality okay? Audio balance okay? Good stuff. Hi! Welcome to another Saturday Night Stream Thing. The show where I never have a plan for anything and we're probably just gonna hang out and talk for a couple of hours. How's everybody doing? It's like the entire point I do this show is because, like, you know, it's Saturday night. I got nothing to do. You might have nothing to do too. So let's hang out. Let's talk. It's kind of how it works. Don't forget to crack open your celebratory energy drink, even though Fowler said he gave up caffeine. Nice to see you, bots. Thanks for coming out. Parker M. Sup? Hello, Tim. Chandler Evans. I'm planking with my Striker 2.0. Planking is returning? Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. We got a Hawkeye in here. This is a rare opportunity, folks. It's a Hawkeye. That dude has so many better things he could be doing. Cooley 24. We will talk about that. That is absolutely something we will talk about. Give a couple of minutes here for people to trickle in. Not that I think I'm popular enough to do that, but you never know. G'day, Arc10. Never seen one of our streams before? EV Block, I do them every Saturday night. What the heck? Is this where we're signing the petition for XShot to release the AEG before June? Nah. We're not gonna harass. We're not gonna harass the company like that. It's rare if a Walcom doesn't have a stream. I mean, I slacked off there for a little bit. I discovered that I haven't calibrated my P1S at all. Oops. I run the calibration every once in a while. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to do that. I gotta fire up them printers. Still waiting for a contract to come in from a certain company about a certain sponsorship that is planned, but until then, Fala, I believe, has sent me something that I absolutely now have to do a video on. Ooh, Diego asks, hi, Walcom. Do you think LiPo alarm readings are accurate enough to calibrate a LiPo charger instead of using a multimeter? Diego, I am I'm flattered that you believe I'm intelligent enough to answer that question. I believe somebody that's better at wrangling pixies like Hawkeye or probably literally anyone in the chat can do that. I am a Neanderthal. I plug in things and they go beep and work. That's my experience. Maybe we should hang out on our Easter break. Oh man, is that coming? I don't even know when Easter is. I'm not much of a religious person, Chase, but I do hope that your family can, you know, grieve peacefully for her and that she rests peacefully. You should put a blue V-neck. I will never wear a V-neck. You cannot get me to do that. It will never happen. Do an auction for a Jolt. I mean, let's face it. There's no chance because it'd have to go for enough money for me to actually box one up. I do have a Jolt somewhere that was signed, and I clear coated it from Sophie Lightning. It's in one of my Jolt holsters. I have 4 of those Jolt. I wonder if you can still buy those things from Black Arc Tactical or whatever, or Black Arch. I was gonna do a thing. Walcom, when do you expect the new XShot AEB to release? Richard, we're kind of thinking it's going to be sooner than later. There's already examples out there right now. So if they're already floating around, that means production is they're just making them right now. There shouldn't be any more big changes. Can you send me your Game Face Geon? No, because then I have to send everybody who asks a Game Face Geon, and that's never going to happen. It should most likely be out this summer. It would be funny if they beat Nerf to the punch by putting it out before the new Nerf stuff drops, so June would be optimal. But considering XShot is like masters of sending me stuff super late. I just got samples in. Again, they didn't like send me an email notifying me. I literally just get a package to the PO box, open it up, and it's XShot Fury X's. I did the video on those 3 months ago. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know about great Johnny the Kid, but thanks for popping in. Or Jonas. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Trying to get my Secret Shot 2 not leaking. Ooh. I think I have a couple of those, and every single time I pick one up, it doesn't hold pressure at all. Ordered my Mongzon yesterday. I wouldn't be ordering them because the reason why they got delayed was because there's a production issue. Thankfully, neither of mine seem to really struggle with it. I've had like 1 or 2 jams and a few hundred shots, but apparently there's an issue with like the lifter that is causing them to redo the part. I actually need to check in with Phantom Tech, but I don't know. I was told end of March, and it's now nearly mid-April, so we'll find out. I haven't shot it much yet. The video, I mean. I did an unboxing, that was pretty much it. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited for it. I think it's an amazing blaster. I'm not excited to hear the price. That's the thing I'm actually like really not looking forward to, because I know it's an economy of scale thing, right? Where's my Mazong? Here's a Mazong. I know it's an economy of scale thing. This blaster is phenomenal. It does pretty much everything you want a blaster to do. This is, it's an aesthetic, and this is where people who, in my opinion, are poisoning the well or not being very intelligent will draw issue. But this is nothing. You can take this off. The blaster's still fantastic. I think optimally we will see like a handguard put here instead, and then we'll have like a Picatinny sight up here to make the blaster a little bit more blaster-like instead of this faux melee weapon thing. Because I don't think this is meant to ever be a melee weapon. I think it's just a blaster in a cool shape. But this is, it does 100 FPS, it does 200 FPS, probably does higher. You know, multi-shot, no shell reloads. You could shotgun it. You could put a scar muzzle on the end of it, get really good accuracy out of it. You can lessen the spring and flick cock it one-handed. It does everything. It's a phenomenal blaster. But because there's, you know, like a couple of people building them and shipping them, the price is probably going to be pretty extravagant. And I don't know if that's going to overcome things. We will find out, but we'll see, because I think like one company is selling them and that's it. And they're selling like the first shipment. What's wrong with it? It causes jams. I could load it on camera right now. I don't think we'd have a single jam. But apparently, and I have had it happen, don't get me wrong. It has a problem sometimes pushing the dart all the way back and pushing it down, and it can get pinched. But, I mean, how cool is that? How cool is that? And if you use it like a blaster, like, that was relatively fast, all things considered, and works fine. I legitimately have had that issue. So, good stuff. I think it's a great blaster. I honestly think it'll be one of the best blasters. So, the reason why I say I'm so sick of the constant Walcom said another thing's the best. Every single time I say that, I can back it up. And let me back it up right now, because it's going to come up. I'm going to have to repeat myself. If you want to clip it, you can. The reason I think that's one of the best blasters is because it can do basically everything. It can do basically every single performance point. It can flip between them in just a couple of seconds, under a minute most of the time. And it's super unique, compact, powerful. You can make it any pretty much role you want it to be, it can do it. And there are very few blasters in this hobby that can go from 100 FPS to 200 something FPS with just like a spring swap. And I think in a blaster in this profile, which again, this will allow you to do things that you normally can't do with like pistol shapes and stuff like that. I think this hits pretty much every point it needs to. If there is a nearly perfect blaster, it's probably this one. If you could find a flaw, let me know in the chat. Let's debate it. Let's talk about it, because I honestly can't. My only flaw, as with everything that is pretty much perfect, is the price. If this was 40, 50 bucks, I would say buy two. That's way too good. But if it's, I think, gonna be around 100 bucks, if not more, it's really good. I don't know if it's that good. That makes it more of a luxury than a necessity. That's my opinion, though. I definitely think anybody who picks one up would be happy with it. I have two of them, and they both work fantastic. Lack of a king's... It has a king's gate. I mean, not on the side. Is it only a king's gate if it's on the side of the weapon? Because it has one. Kinda. Sorta, I guess. Let me get that. You just take the dart. Right, see it right there? And you just go like that. And now the dart's loaded. You can see it's loaded. And then we prime it. And the dart goes like that. And then we push back. Oh, the dart just fell out. Is this a bad dart? Ooh, did we just find a problem? That has never happened before. Why did the dart fall out? This is the expanded barrel. Huh. Is it just that dart? Let's find. This is like a brand new dart. We're learning this together, chat. Again, if this is even an issue, though, you just put in whatever 60mm out of diameter barrel you want. All right, crisis avoided. I think it was just that dart. Yeah, that thing. I just looked down the barrel of that. I was holding it. Okay, it's just that dart. That dart's bad, but yeah, we get that. Crisis averted. Woo. Eye pro is important. It is. Let me take my eyes out. Always wear eye pro. Let me ruin my eyesight. Do you like how the new XShot AEB looks ugly? How does it look ugly? That is not a popular opinion of that. Did Pro end Mega? I think Mega ended itself. What was the last Mega Blaster? Whatever the last Mega Blaster we had, it wasn't Nerf official. It was like a Roblox or something. Everybody just wants to talk about the thing. So let's talk about the thing. I can't show this, unfortunately. I fully planned to. We saw video footage of the AEG working, right? I was sent it on Instagram by somebody. They got it from a Facebook post. It was posted all over the place. And I was asked specifically to remove it because it was never meant to get out. And so I did, and I'm not going to show it here. So anybody who did see it, you're good. If you post it somewhere, please take it down. Do the right thing. I know once that genie's popped, you can't put it back in. I know how it goes. That being said, they are asking nicely. They don't want it out there. For whatever reason, doesn't matter what reason, they don't want it out there. So if you did post it somewhere, please take it down. That being said, we saw it working, and it's phenomenal. Doubters are definitely shaking in their boots right now. Some people are owed apologies. And I'm sure they are now doing absolutely everything they can. And trust me, I think it's freaking hilarious that there's actually a dedicated group of people out there that hate this blaster and want it to be bad for the sheer... I don't even know how to explain it. For the sheer wantonness of it being bad so people are disappointed. I don't get it. If you're somebody out there that's like really hoping this blaster is bad, you need to seek help. People are allowed to be excited about things, especially in a freaking hobby about toys. You shouldn't ruin other people's hate or other people's fun just because you hate something for whatever esoteric reason. But they're shaking in their boots right now because it looks phenomenal. It doesn't fire the fastest, at least with what we have seen. It's definitely faster than a modified Stampede, from what I see. It looks to be about 3-4 darts a second, maybe, which is, in my opinion, perfectly fine. Let me explain why. You don't need to hit somebody 15 times with one blaster shot. It doesn't, you never will want to do that. Anybody who's played HVZ will know you basically want your ammo to last as long as possible. There's two very important things besides optimal movement when it comes to combat in Humans versus Zombies. And that's, you want your blaster to be a threat for as long as possible. And every single time you have to reload or swap, you have a potential failure point. Now, reliability is probably also king for that, and we don't know how reliable this blaster will be. But when it comes to being like a 3 to 5 darts a second, that's the best. You really don't want to go bam, 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 and hit somebody 5 times, because it only takes 1 dart to tag somebody out. 1 dart a second is probably not optimal. And if I were to design a blaster that was like an AEG or something like that, I would have the full rate of fire be lower than what you could get with a semi-auto trigger pull. I think semi-auto should fire as fast as you can tap that trigger, which there's gonna be a human limit to that. But we saw it firing. It looked like it hit hard. It looked like it was very accurate, and it fired at a pretty good rate of fire. And at $70 or $60, yeah, I know there's also a lot of people out there who's like, oh, Walcom's over-exaggerating. It won't do anything to flywheels. Yes, it will. If that blaster is good and it is reliable, and here's where it's like, well, XShot messed up before and some of their other blasters break. All blasters break. Every company has had blasters that came out that broke. NERF has had blasters that were duds. Dart Zone has had blasters that are duds. And XShot has had blasters that are duds. The point is, XShot clearly has demonstrated they are willing to learn. We had the kerfuffles and the issues with the XShot long shot. We moved on to the Fury X. The Fury X showed a lot of improvements over the long shot, and now we have this. And the other point is like, well, how could they do it for $70 when this other company couldn't do it for $500? The difference is scale. XShot has a lot more time, resources, personnel to dump into a project like this that could bring down the cost and could make a superior product. I don't know why you would immediately forget that, because it's absolutely the truth. How many people actively worked on something like the Sweetheart Storm? And again, how many of the same people that actively worked on the Sweetheart Storm actively worked on this AEB? How many times has somebody new come along and completely fundamentally changed everything we know about this hobby? It happens all the time. Actually, I want to point out a bigger point. Let me grab the other things. I have it here. I have it here, chat. This has still not been surpassed. Yet. It has not. There's so much going on with this blaster that I still have not really seen anywhere else. It's still, like, if you want the best of the best, this is still the best of the best. This is like a Gen 1. This is like number 9 or some stupid thing like that, or 6 or 7. And it's still the best. Like, so, again, there is a lot of reasons why you can be excited for this blaster. You should not be ashamed to be excited for this blaster. And while it is good to reserve your opinions and have doubts and be cautiously optimistic, because that's pretty much the only way to ever do anything, is be cautiously optimistic. Yeah, it's fine that this thing looks really good and it will probably be good, and there you go. I really do think that if this blaster is good, if it is reliable, and I will do a video, and then I'm going to immediately do a burn down. I'm going to do my absolute best to see if I can't just sit there and hold down the trigger for it to fail. I'm not going to do it for the video, but I have to do a separate one. That's going to be the main goal. But I feel that this community is excited for a reason, because we haven't had anything like this before, and it has so much potential. And why would you buy a $200 brushless flywheeler when you could buy a $70 AEG? AEGs existed far before the well, not far before, but pretty much mandatory before the flywheeler. The flywheeler was a stopgap because AEGs are expensive. The AEG price is coming down, and flywheelers, while they are good, and it's not gonna, completely eviscerate your, $600 FDL3, it's not gonna do that. But for somebody who doesn't have a flywheeler and has $70 and wants an electronic, blaster, why would they choose a flywheeler? Why would you buy a Maxim Pro and throw money into it when you could just buy this, unless you just like the Maxim Pro? On, the base level, this will fundamentally replace a lot of things. It's not going to replace your Sweetheart Storm. It's not meant to replace your Sweetheart Storm. I am not excited for this blaster, because then I get to break my Sweetheart Storm over my knee and go out and purchase one of these. I'm excited for the amount of people that will get their hands on this blaster. I'm excited to see what the community does with this blaster, and I'm super excited to see how other companies will respond. Competition helps everybody. Even competitions between whoever's going to put out the best new kit for this blaster, who's going to take the internals out of the XShot AEG and put them in a 3D printed shell. And the best thing about all this that I'm really curious about is XShot has thrown us a bone, right? With all of their pro releases so far, all 2 of them. The XShot Longshot and the Fury X were both blasters that pretty much gave you an open invitation to mod them. They are easy to work on, they are easy to modify, and while jury's still out on the XShot Fury X, I haven't really gotten a whole lot out of that one, the Longshot is, in my opinion, if you mod it, and you have the replacement parts to fix the things that normally break on it, although I still want to go out and spend $40 on one of the new XShot Longshots to see if I can kill one easily. You can replace the pusher, you can replace the plunger tube, you can put a better spring in it, a better barrel. It would take you a couple of minutes, if that, like 20 minutes, to do the whole thing, strip the entire blaster down. You would have one of the best blasters in the hobby. It's way nicer to use, it's way more comfortable, it's way cooler looking than most of the other hobby level blasters you can buy off shelves right now. The XShot Longshot can absolutely go toe-to-toe with some of the best, most expensive blasters out there on the field, and it's a $20 to $30 thing from XShot that's meant to be a budget thing. I personally forget this fact, even though I have an XShot Longshot that has slam fire with like 260 FPS, and it has a very nice, light, smooth prime. These are very important details to remember, even when this blaster has these issues that it shouldn't have. Nobody is defending the fact that if you go out and buy one of these things, you probably have to replace the plunger tube. You probably have to, at some point, maybe even replace the pusher. And I don't know if there's there was metal ones at one point from like AK Blaster Mod. I don't know if those are still around, but 3D printed ones do exist. You shouldn't have to do that as an end consumer. But if you go into the purchase knowing that, I have no qualms saying that you can outbeat a Harrier with a XShot Longshot that is properly modified. Again, blaster skill has a lot to involve. Somebody with a Maverick could absolutely dumpster me with the best blaster out there, but I think, you know, actual usability wise, that's a big deal. Why would you buy a Harrier? Because they're practically indestructible. If you drop something heavy on an XShot Longshot, it will most likely cease to work. You drop something heavy on a Harrier, it will most likely still work. That being said, Swift, Harriers, those have all had broken parts and problems too. So let's not get too excited about how much we love our Worker Harriers. Worker has kind of cemented itself as like the best alternative to Saber. Saber, I don't even know what the hell they're doing. I really like my Saber M20, by the way. I love it. It's my go-to pack blaster. I've taken it with me all over the country. And it's just because it's compact, it's going to live whatever, it's going to survive whatever I do with it. I'm never worried about it not working. And it hits hard, it's easy to customize, and it's fun. I like it. I like the shape. I like the box with a barrel that, you know, does numbers. What kind of plastic do they use the Harrier Kunlun? That's a great question because I'm not a, like, materialist. I believe it's ABS. It might be nylon. I don't think it's nylon, actually. I think it's ABS. Final opinions on NERF N-Series, asks Lo-Fi. There's no way to give a final opinion on N-Series. I want to give it one more year, see what happens. I still think, I'm going to turn off this heater because it is melting me. I still think that Hasbro can turn N-Series around, but I do think Hasbro is in its, like, last stand. It's not looking good for that company. And with the way they're like, oh, we're just going to transition into an intellectual property holder company, and we'll just license our many brands out to other... That's dumb. I hope that doesn't happen. Nerf being sold as an intellectual property just means we're going to get more of that Nerf garbage that is garbage, where it's like, oh, here's a pillow with the Nerf logo on it. Ooh. Yeah, I'll buy one. I'll buy two. But that isn't a blaster. You know what I mean? So... Unicorn is nylon. I do know that one, D7. That's because the unicorn can be dyed, and I do believe that was something that maybe Valor had a hand in. I'm not entirely sure. But I do know that Valor was like, yes, it's nylon. I can dye all these, and he's made a bunch of custom ones. Wait until AccuStrike N1 darts. Well, that's the thing. They're called N1 darts. So there's a good chance there will be an N2 dart or something, or an NX dart or something stupid like that. So, what's the max voltage I can use to mod a stock demolisher? 6 volt. I don't know. Those motors will go eventually, whether you like it to or not. Metric, I just joined. Sorry if this already asked, but I think Nerf will realize they aren't popular in the market and start making things we buy. Has Nerf put out numbers in a while? They put out numbers when they're winning. I don't know if they put out numbers now. Dixie, you ask a really important question that I will be answering soon. What's worse, N-Series or Ultra? I think we're too hard on Ultra. Now that we live in the future, I think we were too hard on Nerf Ultra. I really do. If anybody disagrees with that, I'd love to hear it. But I think Ultra may go down as one of the better Nerf series we've ever gotten. And I have an entire video being written. I actually have to write this one because it's a lot of stuff to talk over. Where I don't think Nerf Ultra is going to win a lot of like really high favorite blaster tier lists, but I do think Nerf Ultra was never as bad as people think it is, because we've seen how bad it can be. And I think Nerf Ultra, had they actually dug their heels in and tried with it, would have been so much better than N-Series. And I'm gonna do my absolute best to make sure that I test these and I come to the right conclusion with them. I've always been disappointed by Nerf Ultra. N-Series, there's like one blaster in the entire line I'm okay with. And maybe I have to do not only a retrospective on Nerf Ultra, but we might have to try to directly compare the two. Which makes me wonder how hard it is for me to get like boatloads of Nerf Ultra darts. So, I think Nerf Mega XL was dead or alive, or we never saw another blaster due to the sale. Did Nerf Mega even sell bad? Everybody I know loves Nerf Mega XL. I don't know what happened. I really don't. I'd love to be able to ask these questions. How do we have all of these influencers that Hasbro flies out to like secret events with like, oh, here's Nerf N-Series and here's Nerf Pro, and they all talk about how awesome it is, and yet nobody has these answers or nobody is talking about it. So either Hasbro is very scared, confused, and unable to answer these questions, or they've been answered and the people asking them just don't care. Because these are all things I would love to sit down and talk to Hasbro with, and I think the entire community, I think a lot of people would love these questions. I will never get that chance, unfortunately, but I would love to like reach out to Hasbro and be like, hey, I'd love to sit down with a couple of you, ask some hard-hitting questions, and really figure out what Nerf is doing and where Nerf is going, because right now, nobody has any faith in you. And I'm not happy to say that. This coming from the person who, again, on multiple occasions, really wanted Nerf Ultra to succeed. Even I've lost faith. But again, I'm also like, oh, I'm going to sit on the fence post. Ha ha ha. I really hope the next year of Nerf N-Series is pretty good, because honestly, the Sprinter is great. I think the Sprinter is fantastic. Not super sold on the Infinite. Didn't really like the Pinpoint. I'm not sure how I feel about the upcoming selections. Hopefully, the Galactic Commander is good, but here's the problem with the Galactic Commander. Even if it is fantastic, an 8 out of 10 blaster that I really feel like shows what N-Series is capable of as a product, it looks freaking ugly. It looks awful. I hate the skin. I hate the design of the thing, and I really wish that it was workshopped a little bit more. I don't like the direction N-Series is heading on with, oh, this rare ultimate legendary skin, a 0.2% drop rate, and a 13.01 floater, whatever the numbers are, I don't care. That's stupid. Unless they were actually like, here, you could buy a $50 Nerf Galactic Commander, and it has a chance to have different skins. And I honestly don't know how that would go around, because it's such an expensive product. I really think Hasbro should have leaned into that on their website. That's the kind of product that should be on Hasbro Pulse. I should be able to buy a Nerf Galactic Commander off Hasbro Pulse and get a blind box one with like 7 different types I could get. Any chance we see a special guest? No. Coop's not around. He's gone. If he wanted to be known, he would let you know. And he doesn't obviously want that. So you guys really need to cool off on the Coop thing. Let him live his life. He doesn't need to be constantly harassed and, reminded of. He decided to do his thing. If he wants to come back, he'll let you know. They killed my boy Mega XL and replaced it with the N-Series, Dixie. Yeah, they killed a lot of things. It seems like, unfortunately, Rival also caught a stray in that transition. Hello, Logan. Mega and Mega XL probably didn't do great numbers with kids and such when they were ramping up stuff like Elite. I mean, is that fair? Now I'm turning the heat back on because it's too cold. To be honest, I don't really think these blasters were ever really given much of a chance. Nerf Mega always kind of felt like it wasn't taken very seriously, and Mega XL literally didn't get a chance. They made 3 product, one quarter, and stopped. That was it. Everybody I know says it was good. Besides what was it? I think it was the double, not the double breach, but the shotgun, the front, not shotgun, but you know what I'm saying. That one was, I think, the weakest of the line. And I think that the big rig or whatever it was, the single shot, I feel like that was kind of half-baked. The boom dozer or whatever was really good though, and a lot of people loved it, and I don't think it was around or sustained long enough for us to really get into the meat of what Mega XL can do. Tri-break? Tri-break's awful. I hate the tri-break. Please don't remind me of the tri-break gobsmacker. Smacker. Well, with the cost of ammo and such, it may have been a foot in the water when they didn't sell well. It's $10 for what? $12? 10 darts? Yeah, they're more expensive, don't get me wrong, but they were also a lot more durable. Does anybody feel like Mega XL was not one of the most durable ammo types Hasbro ever made? It really was. Next to Rival, I think Mega XL was very resilient. Yeah, you couldn't do an Irish jig on it, but for the most part, it was pretty darn good, in my opinion. Hey, dude, just wanted to ask, what are the best short-length darts, and is it worth cutting down my normal darts? Danny boy, it's probably not worth you cutting down your normal darts, and if you want to just get pretty decent short darts that are easily obtainable, unless you live outside of the US, I recommend AF Pros. If you can swing it, you have a target nearby. I think that Nitro Shot Plus darts are finally hitting store shelves again, and those are allegedly some of the best. I would love to do a deep dive on those too, because I only had the couple that came with the Striker 2.0 and the Venom. I haven't actually been able to buy a couple hundred of them and do a testing with them. You're in the UK? Worker Gen 3s. I don't live in the UK. I don't know what you have options for. I have a Tomcat. I'm not liking how uncomfortable it is to prime. Boomer, check out. Let me see if does Bobo Innovations. Do you have a printer by chance, or do you know somebody with a printer? Because we're talking about the Tomcat, right? So, yeah, go to Bobo Innovation on Etsy. They have a kit called the Smooth Prime Kit for the Tomcat. It's gonna change your life. Also, I just heard something. Classic for real tipped $1. Driving home in my mom's car after busting mine BRB. Well, that sucks. I hope that gets fixed. I hate cars. I hope the best for you. Classic. Thank you very much for the $1. Rival's good for playing with friends if you're young, want performance, and don't have a job. I mean, Rival's meant for ages 14 and up, but I think a lot of kids really gravitate to Rival because it's, again, as long as you can find the ammo, I don't think Rival ammo really ever degraded. It was kind of just always one of the best. I really liked Nerf Rival, but it had its limitations, and honestly, man, Nerf Rival lasted for a long time. 9 years of new blasters? I can't believe they wouldn't let Rival have a 10th anniversary. Hopefully they do something for Rival's 10th anniversary, because I think we're in it, aren't we? Nerf Apollo. The fact that you can still buy a Nerf Apollo is freaking... Yeah, fall 2015. There's no chance Hasbro does anything. I hate this. I hate having such negative feelings about Nerf. Not only does it hurt my bottom line, but it just makes me sad, man. I'm staying away from modern Nerf guns, but I'm rebuying some old Elite and other ones. That's fair. I don't know how much those old ones, unless you really like them, are worth picking up for more than just nostalgia. Because pretty much anything you buy nowadays is going to be way more accessible to those. That being said, if you watched my my April Fool's video, the N-Strike whatever, that was a minty. That was a brand new. I opened it up for the memes. That was a brand new Recon. Was anybody else surprised by the performance? A lot of those darts crossed the 50-foot mark. I know I wasn't really trying to show that off, but I've had stock Nerf fail that distance. I was honestly really impressed with how it performed. Favorite ramen flavor? I don't know if I have a favorite RE fan. That is an interesting question. My favorite meal, my comfort meal for many of years, was the picante shrimp super meal, like super meal. It was a big thing. It was like $1. It was reasonably spicy, not spicy enough, pretty delicious. You dropped like half a thing of imitation crab in there and you had an amazing lunch. And then they got rid of it, and now ramen's all way too expensive and sucks. I'm not happy about it. I didn't take the loss of the picante shrimp super meal very good. Saw a folder in a stream that you were drinking Monster. Which one is your favorite? That was an old thumbnail because apparently I deleted the new thumbnail I made specifically for live streams like 3 weeks ago. Right now, the only Monster I can even remotely tolerate is the Hawaiian Blue. I think that's the only one. Every other Monster I think is just gone to crap for me. My favorite before they got rid of it was the Aussie Lemonade. And there's one called Bad Apple that I would love to try because I love Apple stuff, but it's a UK exclusive, I believe. So are the rival alternatives, Dart Zone and the like, still worth picking up? Most of those were more like they were good for alternatives. That being said, I think you can get some mileage out of the accelerator because it's a hopper-fed semi-auto flywheeler, and it's very thin and kind of like a good compact shape. Not compact, but it's like you could put that thing on like a leg or a thigh holster or something like that. And I think you might be able to get some good stuff out of that. Bad Apple, a Toho reference? Not in this realm, unfortunately, Zeal. Can you test an ammo zone gun from Selfie Tin? I'm not sure if I buy it. I might in the future, but it's not on the radar right now. They got rid of Aussie Lemonade? Yeah. It was like the last Monster I could really get into. What is my favorite Nerf Mega Blaster? It's probably the Megalodon. I think the Megalodon was about as good as it ever got. Richard, hey, Walcom, I keep getting mixed results. I'm still asking, what's better? Is Dart Zone Venom Pro or the Worker Nightingale? Venom Pro. Who would say the Worker Nightingale? Like, even if you got a Worker Nightingale for the same price as a Venom Pro, the Venom Pro is full auto. It's going to give you probably better performance, maybe less mod potential. Actually, no, that's not even true because now you can buy a banned blaster's cage for it. You get the battery, you get the magazines. Like, I don't know why you'd ever even look at the Worker Nightingale. The only thing the Worker Nightingale may have above it is like the darts come out of the top instead of like the bottom, and then it's also maybe more durable. What is the best shell-ejecting blaster? I have theories that I might want to do a video on this. It might be the Kirin, in my opinion. Somebody can, you know, tell me some 3D printed one, but I think the Kirin is probably one of the better shell ejections. Because snipers work really good. I think most people could rationalize using a shell-ejecting sniper, because if you're at the maximum of your velocity cap and you can use a bolt action, you're not going to be running and gunning. You're not going to be clearing rooms with your bolt action. You can. I'm not saying you can't. But I think the Kirin, when it comes to like build durability and stuff like that, my only problem with the Kirin is that I think it was a little bit too expensive for what it was. The shell is very hollow because you're taking basically the exact same design of a 3D printed thing and converting it into a injection molded, which had some wonkiness to it. But I do think that when it comes to sheer fun and effectiveness, I think the Kirin is the best. That being said, I really, really like my Firefly. Will short darts work in normal blasters? Not most of them, Danny. If they have a dart peg, it won't work. If they have a dart peg, but it looks like it's not connected to anything special, like in a turret, it will probably work with a short dart. You'll just have to ramrod the short dart all the way down to the base of the turret. The Jingzei, Firefly, and Winchester. Winchester's pretty okay. Honestly, the one I have is an absolute work of art, but I'm still not like a huge fan of the Winchester. The Awaken, this guy, it's always handy. This, I took the shell ejection out and I thought it was way better. But that's me. I just had to ask Shanyi about if he could make an RMSE plate that would replace this, so I can just take this sight off this plate and just mount the sight to it, because that would be sick, and I'd love to do that. Would it be worth it to mod the NERF Elite? No, I do not think so, Ian. I keep the Phoenix, mod something like a Strafe or something better. The Nightingale needs an Osprey to compete with the Venom. That is true. Do I have my Osprey kit handy? I never did the video on it, and I feel bad. I want to do the video on it, but I always had issues with it feeding because the magazine. But I also probably was using the wrong darts. I'd like to try it with the mags that I got for the Venom Pro and the newer, shorter darts. Is the Grain Rain for endgame plinking. I love this blaster, okay? Let's get one thing straight. This is... I want to use this in a Nerf battle so bad it isn't funny. I'm not going to sit here and recommend you pick one out, because really there's not a whole lot about this blaster that makes it more accurate than something else that could be far more usable. Keep in mind, I love breech loaders. And also this trigger, that is going to help a lot with your accuracy. It's just fun. There's also like that simplicity to it where it's like, it's kind of always going to work unless it literally breaks. You don't really have to worry about a jam. You don't have to worry about clearing problems. You just load a dart in, pull the trigger, and it's going to just fling foam. And that is something that people generally don't pay attention to when it comes to blasters. And I've never had an issue with this thing shooting a dart. And same thing with like this, by the way. There's a reason why I love these kinds of blasters. I'm not going to be clearing rooms or entire teams. I want to sit in the back, pick a target, and harass or eliminate them. That's my gameplay style, mostly because of how much I use Boomco. For that, I think the Grain Rain's fantastic. But most people don't need to look at a Grain Rain. The only people that should be interested in the Grain Rain is somebody who probably doesn't own one of these and wants a similar experience with the option of having some really good accuracy. It's still, I should do a stream shooting at the targets because I've got this thing dialed in, I think, about as good as I'll ever get it. Why do short darts cost more than full lengths? I have no clue. Money. Hand cannon with the O side is wild. I know, John, that's what I'm going for. I'm modding my Maverick. What's the best spring for it? I have no clue. Nobody's modding Mavericks. What should I put the Jackme and SMG internals in? I have no clue. They're obviously not going to be a drop-in fit. You're going to have to do a lot of custom work. I think when the Osprey kit showed up, we had poor access to 36mm darts, and 38mm darts and Nightingale mags really struggled. Yeah, I think with the new, shorter Dart Zone darts, we're going to have a lot more fun with that. I haven't fired that blaster in a long time. As an Awaken user, I want one in the Ling Long so bad. Like, don't get me wrong, I want a Ling Long. I want it bad. I also realize the Ling Long can't take a scar, and that its mod potential or performance potential is probably going to be very static. That being said, I do want one. I would love to have one. And that way I'd have all of the good single shot awesome pistols. Breech loaders. Because that's just my playstyle. Do I still use Boomco? I had to stop because people kept stealing my darts. I had a lot of darts. I don't have as many as I used to. Are you going to review some more gel blasters? I want to go pick up the new XShot, like, nightmare blasters. But it's like $90 for both of them. And that video could do 15K. It could do 50K. My last one did well, and I think these are cooler blasters. They are mostly the same as the, what was it, the Tracefire and the HPG 700. There are demonstrable differences, not to mention the fact that they glow. These are clearly like side grades, not upgrades. But yeah, that I don't have the $100 to blow on them right now, and I can't really take that gamble. I think that video would have to do like, I think my CPM on the last time I looked at it was like $11. So my pay would be, if it's $11, my pay would be half that per 1,000 views. So I'd have to make like, what, 30K about to break even on that video? Maybe 20K. Bro, get the cheap Amazon ones for dumpster diving. Well, that will happen, Robo Warrior, although I kind of want to stick to foam blasters. I have so many foam blasters to do for dumpster diving. I haven't done crap for uni because I was trying to do the Malorian animations from Cyberpunk with my commander. Isn't that the truth? Just sitting there trying to do video game reloads with your Nerf blasters. Are you selling your Spring Thunder? I do have one. You don't want to buy it. I don't even think it works anymore. That is one of the few things I would say, yeah, it's so old and rusted, and because it's just been sitting around in the Pacific Northwest for years. And last time I remember, I think the shell ejector popped out, and I have to take apart the entire thing, and I didn't. You're talking like I was one of the first people to buy the hardware kit and build one of those. That's like my second or third 3D printed blaster I ever did. You do not want to buy that. I got the belt fed blaster for dumpster diving vid. I got about 800 rounds off before the charging handle broke. Turned it into a small pistol build. Were you doing the video game reloads, Thomas? Be honest. Were you doing video game reloads with it? Were you tapping and racking and slapping it in ways you shouldn't have, Thomas? The Luban blaster? What one is that, John? Oh, have a good night, bots. Love you. Thanks for coming out. Could you ever imagine gas blowback blaster being a thing? I think people have kind of done it. It's just not worth doing.
Let's rock.
I mean, gas blowback, even in Airsoft, is pretty kind of silly. King Kavosha with a $2 super chat. Appreciate the dumpster diving. There will be more. We should have a new video of dumpster diving out Monday. I'm going to try to make Monday the dumpster diving videos. Although I kind of like Wednesday for those as well. I'm not sure. I think I've done Wednesday, Friday, and Monday so far. So I'm not entirely certain what direction I want to go for that. What do you guys think? You have a preference? I kind of avoid Tuesdays, and just because nobody, like, the internet always sucks on Tuesdays, which kind of makes me want to do Tuesday videos. But I think most of the time I upload on a Tuesday, nobody cares. What do I prefer, Fortnite or COD? Probably Fortnite, to be honest. I don't really like dying instantly in video games anymore. I like actually being able to put up a fight. Do you know a good B car for around 150 FPS? Just get the not the worker, the Dart Zone one. 150 FPS, you barely need a B car. It's going pretty good, Booze Belly. How about you? Any good Wii game rec suggestions? Oh god, the Wii. No More Heroes. And man, I really don't have a good relationship with the Wii. All the good Wii games were ported to other things and had vast improvements not having motion controls. I could name an interesting game. Fragile Dreams, Farewell Ruins of the Moon. It has a soft spot in my heart. I think it's a beautiful game. I really do like it. I'm not saying it's good. What about Titanfall 2? I played a good amount of Titanfall 2. I wasn't as into it as most people. I thought the balance was pretty poor most of the time in Titanfall 2. There was a good point in Titanfall 2 where it's like everybody was using the same gun. Everybody was using the same Titan. What was that one? It was the laser, the long-range laser guy. Incredibly frustrating. And I don't stick around with games long enough most of the time to deal with that unless it's something I'm really into. Hey, Black Widow! Thinking about it, the amount of gas that would need to work would be pretty... Well, I mean, you could do it electronically, too, but there's just no point. You could put some gears to have, like, a fake thing going. I don't recommend it. I don't think it is. Like, you could have, like, a plunger, you know, like a plunger something that goes back that would interact with a geared mechanism that could simulate something like that. I just don't think it's worth doing. Ion Titan? It might have been Ion. I want to say it was North Star. It was like, there was like a month where it was like every game was just Mastiff and North Star. And I was so sick of it. And I hate when games get to that point and the developers just sit and do nothing. Nintendo did that so many times with Splatoon. And I was just tired of it. I was so... You play the game for 4 hours and you're just fighting the same thing over and over and over and over again. Because people pretty much figured out, hey, this is the best thing, I'm going to use it. Because whatever, like, when you make a game, everything should have its own niche. Everything should have its own use. And that's not a flawless system, but it gets to the point where it's like, why would you use the shotgun when the sniper rifle does the same thing and also has the long range potential? That's when you failed at making a video game. And yet Call of Duty is the king of that. Like, most of the time using the shotgun in Call of Duty is like they're either completely garbage or completely overkill. And most of the time it's like sniper rifles are just always good. They're just always God. I had more than my fair share of quick scoping with a ballista, and that was in Black Ops 2 when the DSR 50 was way better, but I just liked the ballista, so I got as good as I could with the ballista. I don't feel like quick scoping is cool or good, and I really don't like, oh, well, if they miss, it's like, yeah, but they won't. Like, you can't factor in accuracy when it comes to max level play. So max level play just devolves into, okay, I'm just gonna use sniper rifles, quick scope everybody, and there's no reason to do anything else. Because after a point, you're not gonna miss. Or you're gonna hit more shots than you miss, so it doesn't matter. I hate that. Like, Splatoon was the worst. Splatoon had, like, I think there was like 3 months of just every match. It's like you had N-Zap and splatter shot. That was it. That's all you ever saw. There was no reason to use any other weapon in the game. Nobody was using chargers. Nobody was using splatlings. It was all just those two, because it was like you got a 3-hit kill that gives you super armor that paints everything instantly, or you had a 4-hit kill, or a 4-hit kill that does that, or a 3-hit kill that had one of the best kits in the game. Fallon for the 36 months. Has it seriously been 3 years? I can't. I've known you. It's been I swear to God. There's no way. It's been so... Wow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for your support, Fallon. I hate getting old. Don't ever get old. I'm just going to recommend you don't ever get old. You'll never defeat a meta becoming a thing. You can. It's called, you know, constant small changes. That's like, I would almost say the most popular thing. If there's ever anything when you have multiple possibilities and something is used over 1/3, over 30% of the time, it should just within the same week just get toned down. Drop everything down a little bit. What is this thing doing that is supplanting everything else? There's a difference between wanting to use something because you like it and wanting to use something because you want to win. I think it's hard to find a video game where everything is good, but like you should strive to give all of your weapons a niche. Video game balancing is something that I'm very passionate about because I've constantly been on the wrong side of the meta and I hate it. Meta is the worst thing that happens to a competitive game. Nobody wants to watch it. Like, see, I hate Counter-Strike with the burning patch because it's the same thing over and over again. Yeah, that's why I stopped playing Counter-Strike. 1.6, in my opinion, was like the last time Counter-Strike was actually fun because it had so much potential for shenanigans. Even if the M4 and the AK were the best options, you could still be on the receiving end of a really, really bad day from a Mac 11. You could take that mythical Nova pump from like across the map and all of the pellets happen to nail you in the head. It happens. 1.6 was fun. Everything after that, I felt like the game just fell apart. God, I miss the TMP. The TMP, the Nova, the Mac 10 or Mac 11. Oh, God, that's all I did. Oh, just give me armor, give me all the grenades, and give me the cheapest piece of crap you got. Apex used to try to discourage certain metals. Oh, no. Deflagration? Oh, no. Apex died. Apex died so, like, I quit because all the game was like, hey, did you get a wingman? Did you get a, what was that thing, Peacekeeper? Congratulations, you're set. It doesn't matter if somebody gets, like, the best, like, you know, insane thing from a drop, like the gold weapon. What was the first one? The sniper rifle. Like, in the first series, like, the first, like, launch. It didn't matter. Those two guns were dominant for months. And the Mozambique was useless. Like, it was the Mozambique and the semi-auto pistol. And they were on Reddit. The developers were on Reddit. Well, some guns just have to be bad. Whoa, I'm so good at being like, doing my job. No, screw you. Screw you, right? That was right there. I saw that post on Reddit. I quit. I quit right then and there because you are an incompetent. You should not. I wonder who said that. And I wonder if they still work at Respawn because that is unacceptable. You can't have, oh, we're just going to make this thing bad because something has to be bad, lol. No. Give it a purpose. Why even have it in the game if it doesn't have a purpose? Punching was more effective than the Mozambique. I think eventually they did, like, give it something, but what? That's not, you're not doing your job. I don't want to be like, I care about this stuff. Why should I care about your game if you don't? And what do I know? Like, Apex turned out to be a massive thing, and now it's dying. Nick says, MW2 2009 is peak balancing. Kinda. I mean, on the Xbox and stuff, it was harder to fix things like the frickin' suicide javelin stuff. But yeah, and like, oh, in the noob tubes with, you know, restocking commando and stuff like that. That was also pretty bad. Excuse me. Insert Black Ops 2 SMR. SMR was pretty darn good, and the funniest part about that was it still wasn't like a competitive pick. Because it was like, what, a two-hit body? 2 shots to the body, I think? Semi-auto? Maybe even full auto. Like DMR sniper thing. I think it was 2 shots to the body would drop you. I don't think it could 1 shot to the head. It might have been able to. And yet it was still not that good compared to like the DSR 50 or whatever it was. But I love Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 understood. You want to know why I like that game so much? Because the developers, and I think this has happened a couple of other times in CODs, it didn't happen within the couple of games after Black Ops 2 as far as I know. I did play Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare, I played all of them, I think, besides World at War. But I had a lot of problems with the balance in Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 was one of the worst Call of Duties I think I ever played. Next to Ghosts. Ghosts was also awful. Black Ops 2, the pistols, right? Pistols had a 2-shot kill range. It was pretty much barrel stuffing, but you could actually take down a shotgun with a pistol point blank because their handling was off the charts. So you could sprint and ADS pretty much instantly. And they had a 2-hit kill range. Even at their maximum ranges, I think like the TAC 45 and the P2, I don't remember, the P250, I believe both of those still had like a 5-hit kill at max range. So you could theoretically, if you got the first 2 shots off, you could drop somebody at the farthest ranges with a pistol and you just ranked on that trigger. And it was, I had 40, I wish the site was still up to check this. If I remember correctly, I could, is it still on? No, because I lost, no. I thought for a second that was on my dead PS3, but my current PS3 would have my save file. I had 45,000 kills with the TAC 50 or TAC 45. It wasn't even the best pistol. There was something about the TAC 45 that just felt perfect. And my entire loadouts were always something along the lines of, I just spam concussion or, flashbangs, and I would just clean you up with a pistol. And even if that didn't work out, even if that whole thought process, like they have tactical resistance or whatever it is, as long as I got 1 or 2 shots in first, I could take you at pretty much the longest ranges. That is a well-designed video. People said the pistols were overpowered. They were never overpowered. They couldn't be They are handguns. But close range, they were really effective. They wouldn't beat out most shotguns and stuff like that, or SMGs most of the time, unless you were fast and good. But even at long ranges, you could still technically win an engagement. That's just peak video game. Although I am remembering the fact that the AN-94 was a thing, and that thing was garbage, and I remember not really liking that game now. I remember the AN-94 being like, when I finally stopped playing Black Ops, I was like, yeah, I don't really want to play this because the AN-94 deletes me instantly. Hey, Rufus the Red. Hey, Solidus. They should do a Call of Duty Nerf collab. It never happened. Nerf doesn't want to, they're trying everything they can to ruin. They don't want to do the cool-looking things like N-Strike Elite did, and then they also don't want to do anything that even remotely looks realistic, like the Fortnite stuff. Left 4 Dead isn't it's got maybe a dozen weapons. It's also not a competitive game, unless you're speedrunning. Pistols were so darn good in Battlefield or Black Ops 2. Yeah. I like a good pistol. I almost want to do a whole series on YouTube, what the best pistols are in video games. Because it's just something that I really stand by. I love, the Halo 1 Magnum. Oh, it's so overpowered. It's yeah, if you can doink somebody in the head and they don't have a sniper rifle. The BAL-27. I wasn't much of a assault rifle. And it feels like assault rifle. Was that the first? I thought the M-Tech was the first assault rifle in Black Ops 2. No, that's Modern Warfare 3. Or Advanced Warfare. I remember the first assault rifle was really the only one that sung with me in COD. My problem with assault rifles in COD is they're always either completely so overpowered that they replace SMGs, or the SMGs are so good they completely overpower and replace assault rifles. It's there's always one game where it's it's either SMGs or assault rifles, and they just take the job of both. The paintball setting was the best thing in Black Ops 2. Was it a graphical thing? There was the skate park map. I remember that being a really fun one. Just talking about video games. I'm sorry. We got off to a nerdy thing. I have a passion for these things, and I tend to get a little too excited, so I do apologize. That being said, what really can we talk about when it comes to the foam flinging market? I do have a question. Maybe we can even do a vote on it. First of all, have you guys watched the last video I did all the way through? Did you watch the bolt action, wherever the hell I put that thing? Excuse me, carbonated drink. Did you guys have any opinions on some of the new things I did? The background removal stuff I have to get better at, but I'm wondering what you guys felt. I did a couple of different things in that. I don't know if the watch statistics are available for me yet. I might have to wait until tomorrow. Let me check. That is important, because I want to see what the watch retention was. The average duration wasn't that good. Yeah, it's pretty middling, but interesting. Okay, so that video, for those of you that care about analytics, if you're a YouTuber, you might care. That video, helping out the community here, the amount of people watching within the first 30 seconds is some of the best I've ever done. 79% of viewers were still watching around 30 seconds, which is above typical. However, I think the fixing of the blaster went on way too long because I see a massive drop during that segment, culminating at about, it looks like the 7-minute mark. Yeah, about the 7-minute mark was 36% of people watching. So I had a drop off from minute 2 to minute 7. People really didn't appreciate that. However, then my watch retention goes up during the chronograph testing and the outdoor stuff. So I believe the things I've been doing to try to spice those up is working. I just feel like that was an awkward video to get done. But the opening worked well, and so did most of my changes to adding like the background removal and stuff during this. So I'm going to lean into that a little bit more. I have a plan. It requires money, which I don't have, but I have a plan to build a gong and put it out in the driveway and just stash it off to the side of the gate whenever I'm not, you know, driving through or whatnot. I'm going to try to do my best to kind of spice that up. I don't know why it took me so long to even figure out I could do that. I don't have, even though I pay the money, I don't feel like I have the best control over the area I live in. And so I have kind of refrained from doing a lot of the outdoor stuff. But I think I'll lean into that a little bit more. Yeah, exactly. Kind of like a gong, like what Hitchcock would have. Hitchcock? 45. I dropped out of that section around there. I have a baby and couldn't finish it at that time. That's fair. Deflagration. I don't think the video went on longer than I normally do. So if we could talk about the nerdy side of YouTubing for just a second, I try to aim my videos now to be around 13 to 15 minutes. Because even if it's a topic most people don't care about, it does not matter if I have the most consistently edited thing or if I have a video that's super padded out. My watch duration is almost half of that every single time. So if I have a 20-minute long video, most of the time I will have an 8 to 9 minute average view duration. If I have a 7-minute long video, no matter what it is, it will almost always be about a 3.5 minute long average view duration. I don't know why that's how it works out. So I try to make, because YouTube cares more about that than pretty much anything else, I try to average out my videos to be about 13 to 15 minutes long. What was the, I gotta look through my videos really quick. There was a video I did rather recently that I think the raw footage was like 72 minutes, and I cut out a lot and got it down to like 15. The Nerf dumpster diving, that stuff takes a little bit longer. I did have a comment or two about how they feel like I pad my videos out too much with the Amazon, like looking at the listing and stuff and commenting on it. But the analytics show you guys like that. And so as long as I can be somewhat funny or entertaining, I feel like I should keep that in. Because people aren't really clicking off during that segment. The dumpster diving, the realistic shotgun, that has some of the best watch retention I've ever had on my channel. It is obscene. It is so high compared to anything else I have done. And obviously, like, I almost like, oh, I'm just going to do constant videos of Nerf dumpster diving. Why would I do anything else? But I do feel like people would get bored of that. So, yeah. Kind of throwing this out there, help the community a little bit. Some of the things I'm doing are working. I do still think there's a lot I can improve on. I do want to point out that almost all of my videos right now are ad-lib, improv, however you want to talk about it. I have done scripted stuff in the past. I have Streamlabs put on my, oh my God, the prompter. So I have my main camera connected to my computer, and I have my prompter on top or in front of my camera. So this is how I would normally do my video. So I'm actually looking at Streamlabs. I'm looking at the chat and everything while I'm talking to you. The last couple of times I've streamed, I've only put the chat on there. Now I've put the entirety of Streamlabs. So if my eye contact with you has been better, that's why. I'm not actually looking at you. I'm reading chat or looking at myself to make sure that I'm in frame. I have not really been using that because there was an update not that long ago from this, for this prompter thing I bought. It's the Elgato one that deleted all of my scripts, and I had a lot of scripts saved. What I was doing mostly was when I didn't feel like getting in front of a camera, but I still felt like I needed to work, I was writing scripts. So a good example of a video I did that was scripted was the Moose one, the Moose 2. That was a scripted video. But I'm doing everything improv right now. So, yeah. I love long videos. Thank you, Thomas. Hey, James. Nice for coming out. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Brett, that's kind of why I do the streams, is like, it kind of like, it's like, you know, sharpening the whetstone, or, you know, sharpening the sword with whetstone. It helps kind of keep my ability to react and stuff on camera decently good. It's great practice. It helps keep me in the game. And of course, then I say something stupid. Maybe change background from intro to actually seeing the blaster. Maybe it can help break up the video and make it feel more dynamic. Maybe change background from intro to actually seeing the blaster. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Booze. If you're meaning like use B-roll, there's a reason why I stopped. Apparently, you guys just don't like B-roll. And I don't like filming B-roll. So it kind of just worked out that way. I've done like no close-ups, or I used to spend so much time and effort doing that. And it turns out nobody cares. So I stopped. I don't know if Adam is still here. Yeah. I have a box. Let's open the box. It's probably nothing super exciting. It's probably just parts and pieces, but I try to make sure I watch YouTube videos all the way through before changing the video. Yes, it's massive, Nick. And I do my best to not waste your time. I'm not going to be perfect at it, and a lot of that stuff can be fixed in. Oh, that's very dangerous, Walcom. Why are you cutting into yourself like that? You know what? Screw it. Let's just... There we go. I try to respect your time. I cut out a lot. And then a lot of people are like, well, why didn't you talk about this? It's like, crap, I accidentally cut that out. This is the double layer. Get in here. Ah. Ah. All right. I assume there's no barrel in here, but that's not a big problem. I have usually tons of barrel material. Yeah. Hey, well, thanks for jumping in, Poppy. Do a review of all... Oh, there is a barrel in here. That's like the first thing I found. That is a short barrel. Hi, chat. All the AGM, I will, Chance, I fully, oh my god, you put this in like, dude, what is this? Dude, I've bought, I really wish this was like a just stack of cash. I've bought hardware kits from stores, like actual professional store. Dude! Chat. Look at this. Forget buying, like, Adam. You can charge for this. You can add a premium cost to this. Dude, no, let's talk about it. Chat, I don't care. We're done. We're gonna talk about this. This is ingenious. This should be how every hardware kit you buy shows up. Look at this. You've got the plunger tube, the spring, you've got all of the hardware, and if you were like following a build guide, there's never been a blaster I have ever bought a hardware kit for that doesn't come in just a giant bag with mixed everything and it sucks. The best you can hope for is every screw is individual. How much is one of these cases? It can't be more than a couple of bucks. And yet this is perfect. Adam, I know you don't want to. I think if you have the drive to do this for me, somebody could pay you to do the same thing. Look at the paper. I don't want to open it up like when I'm holding it because I'm gonna freaking hurt something. Why don't you look at it before me, chat? Adam, sell this. I don't care if you add $30 or $40. Dude, I'm telling you right now, Adam, you need to do it. If you have any drive at all, Adam, I'm speaking directly to you right now. If you have any drive to do this at all, I would steal this. I would almost overnight be like, I'm opening up the Iceberg shop or the Fuzzy Walls Industry shop, whatever it is. This is perfect. I guarantee you there's somebody in the hobby that owns a store that's been laughing at all the dumb stuff I'm saying, talking about how bad I am at everything I do, and is watching this or the VOD completely just to poop on me and everything I do. And they're going to see this and go, holy crap, you're right. Because this is perfect. You throw in printed out instructions, if the blaster had printed out instructions, and you have all this bundled up like this, it's worth, I would pay the extra $30. I know all you did was put the correct amount of screws in here and you had everything all lined up. There's the O-rings, there's all the nuts, there's everything you could possibly need for the blaster. That's fantastic. That's the kind of stuff. I'm so tired of buying hardware kits from stores that have a dozen employees and stuff like that, and they can't do anything half that good. They literally can't. How long did that, be honest with yourself, like how long did that take for you to do? Because it's probably worth it. Chat, right now, you could give feedback. Would you pay an extra $30? I know that's a lot, but you got this with all of your hardware, or a bigger box or a smaller box. And then look how thick that is. And how thick it is. It's the instructions. Bro checked it twice. And the entire instructions, the print settings. Is there pictures? Am I going to get a picture book? All the files are checked off here. Is it the instructions? There's a lot of like checklist of all the 3D printed parts. There's pictures of stuff. Oh, it's literally just the listing. You printed out the listing, okay. Honestly, you don't need to print out instructions, but you could. It's just the printables listing. I get that now. And then that's still used. Is there anything in here that's not just the printable listing? You could charge for that. Oh yes, here it is. Here's my lovely letter. Written with a Sharpie. So you know it's legit. It says, Mr. Walcom S7, please enjoy this hardware kit for the Smiley by Mighty Shrub. I had a lot of fun sourcing these items and making this hardware kit. Maybe I'll make some more in the future. Lord knows I have plenty of plunger tube, lol. This blaster is one of my new favorites and I'm sure you will be a fan as well. I hope all is well and keep doing what you are doing because you have been a big inspiration to me. Enjoy, your friend and brother in foam, Adam, aka Fowler87, aka a name I don't think I have said in a very long time, Blow No Nerf. Adam, if somebody doesn't rip you off, they're stupid. Because you could absolutely... this is why this hobby is just infuriating to me. This is why this hobby is infuriating. This is why I'm so mad that somebody like you could do something this wonderful and nobody else has really done that. Ever. I'm not saying, okay, I shouldn't say ever. I am saying, of all of the blasters I have built and reviewed, from all of the stores all over the world, I have never gotten as simple as something like this, and I cannot begin to tell you how amazing this is. I wish if every hardware kit came in a box like this, and God, if there was printed instructions, like that's not something I think Adam should be on the hook for, unless he was doing this for a business, then it might be worth doing. But if you're making a blaster and selling the hardware kit, why can't you do something like this? I'm willing to pay a surcharge. I'm willing to pay $30, $40 to have this kit with it having the logo of the blaster and all this stuff in here with the instructions inside the container. So if I wasn't going to build this, do you have any idea how many hardware kits I have lost in the sauce that is my horribly unoptimized, unorganized mess of a life? I could put this on a shelf. I could buy 6 of these. I would always know what it is for. Frick, put a flash drive in there with the files, dude. There's so many ways you can improve this. You are genius, Adam. Don't let anyone ever undersell that. I am, you know, hold your peace if nobody else in the hobby has done that, because I don't see it. I have never seen it. That's amazing. You can make money with this, dude. And if somebody doesn't rip you off, like, I'm going to be, I hate saying that because, like, you did such a good job. I don't want you to get ripped off, but if you're not going to do it, and also for the betterment of the hobby, I almost want everybody to do it, because this is going to go right here, and I'm going to slice me some smiley files, because yes, what, we want to do like a Wednesday or something? It'd take me, what, a day or two to get the files printed out? I don't even know what colors to do. That's my problem. Did I even download the smiley files? I wonder. See, my favorite game to play is if the creator of this hates me for some weird reason or not. That's like my favorite game to play. Because it's a Nightingale, I'm going to have to plan on having the green mags from the Venom. Those work, right? In my color scheme, and I don't think I have green filament anymore. So I have to go with something probably primarily dark, with some cool highlights on it. That is fantastic, dude. Ooh, my brother's asking me if I have any interest in going to a Mariner game tomorrow. Is that the one with the One Piece stuff? Crap, that was not planning on that. Crap, I really wasn't planning on that. Do I want to go to a Mariners game tomorrow? I do want to hang out with my older brother. I don't think I can. And I hope he's not watching this. Because I don't think I can. My bank account is so bad right now, and I don't want to ask him for anything. And I can't, like, buy him a beer or anything to replace that. He can find somebody cooler, I'm sure. I want to go just to hang out with him. But, like, even I won't have the car for the first half of the day. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, got distracted. Nitro Shot purple with orange. Let's get the files here. Let's download this. I hope this person doesn't hate me, because I'm really tired of doing videos on people's stuff and calling them amazing, only to find out they've been talking smack about me for months on every single Discord server. Getting real tired of that. This community needs to be bleached very badly. We shouldn't be tolerating that as a community, but it keeps happening to me, and I'm not happy about it. But let's see here. Because this is legitimately, this is what happened, is like I saw this blaster, I'm like, oh my god, I have to make one of those, it looks so cool. And then Adam built one, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, how is it? And he's like, oh, it's so cool. And then he offered to make me a hardware kit. I'm like, dude, I don't have anything to pay you with right now. And he's like, no, just let me do this. I want you to have one. And boy, did he come through. Oh, right, I've downloaded the update for Bamboo Handy like 8 times. Let me just install this real quick, chat. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I had to cancel D&D today. Well, that sucks. That's the problem with trying to get multiple people to have all their schedules aligned to block out like 3 to 5 hours for a game, eh? Walcom, when's the last time you had a family day? You should be out there. I mean, my brother and I, like, the last time we hung out, we went and saw Tool in concert at the Tacoma Dome. I might. I mean, I'm not a huge Mariners. Okay, here's the problem, right? The only way I'll live through a Mariners game, I like baseball. Baseball is super fun to play. Baseball is like one of the most boring sports to play. Or watch, I'm sorry. Baseball is really boring to watch. Oh, it was April 8th. Damn it. They had a whole One Piece night. Ugh. Not that I had money for that either, so it wouldn't matter. What? No, baseball's super fun to play. Baseball is like one of the best fat kid friendly sports there is. Think about that, right? Baseball, every single thing about baseball is moment to moment, right? Baseball is so good for the fat kids out there. You consider bowling a sport. See, you can make bowling an argument, and I could agree. Golf, I don't know how fat guys golf. I can't. I love golf, but my rotund body makes doing a proper golf swing. I'd have to practice for so long, and it's been like 6 or 7 years since I've been to the range. But yeah, it's like I realized when I put on a little bit more weight, golfing got a lot harder. I don't know how bigger people do it. Oh, thank you, Chase. I appreciate it. That's why they have beer at baseball games. Yeah, no, like getting drunk at a baseball game is amazing. It's like the most fun you can have. I'm not even joking. Because then everything's so exciting. And you don't forget that you're waiting like 15 minutes in between fun things. I mean, standing isn't a problem for me. It's the running. In baseball, you sprint in short spurts. Whether you're outfielding or you're on the base or you're running from a hit, it's always short spurts. You can stand for the 10 minutes if you're even out that long doing something in between, you know, switching sides or whatever. That's all fine. But like it's like soccer, right? I hate soccer. Badminton, pickleball, get out of here with that crap. As fun as those sports can be, the entire purpose is to just run the other person down ragged. Basketball, same thing. I played basketball in middle school. Football, that's also kind of like the fat kid sport. I'm not going to disagree with that. Because again, it's short spurts unless you're, you know, running the ball, which can happen, which is why, like, even then, it's usually not that much of a thing. So a fat, like, football is up there. Soccer, no. Soccer is the death of fat kids everywhere. I like baseball. It was one of my favorite sports to play in gym class because it's like I can do all of this and I can do it pretty much as good as the skinny kids. I never felt like my weight was holding me back in baseball. Plus, you get to put your weight behind a swing. It's so weird because, like, you're like, I played pickleball in like middle and high school, and now it's everywhere. It's weird. Bro, you're the same age as my mom? Well, man, that's wild because I don't even have a kid. Technically, yeah, if I would have had a kid when I was 18, 19, I could have a 15-year-old by now. There's a new configuration package. I don't know what that means, Bamboo. Well, welcome, Aiden. Welcome to the amazing disappointment that is the background radiation of a Walcom stream. Oh. Well, thank you for subscribing, Stitch. Does it say on the screen? I don't know. I have my... it only shares on the screen if you have your subscriptions open. And also, my preview window is, like, literally like that. I can't even see it. Hey, Woojin. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. Kickball? Okay, kickball is also super fun. I'm not going to say kickball wasn't fun. I had a kid at 25. I have a 15-year-old right now. Well, crap. I've been slacking. My birthday was the 8th. Man, that stop reminding me I missed the One Piece night in the Mariners. I wonder if that merch is expensive. I kind of want that as like the ultimate Pacific Northwesternian weeb loadout is the One Piece hat and jersey. All right, we got our Bamboo handy open. Can we oh my god, I have to move my I can add, is that a window? Oh, that's the background. Dude, I don't want to mess this up. I don't think I can show the slicing. We're just going to have to pretend that we can see Walcom doing this. Maybe I can just add a new source. Window capture. Add a source. Add a new source. We'll just call this one Bamboo Studio. And then we'll just click on Bamboo Studio. Done. It's now the topmost thing. It's still the topmost thing. Oh my god, I lost it. Where did it go? Come on. Go down to the bottom. There we go. And we can kind of like make our Walcom shrink a little bit. That one has a webcam. And we'll just trim out the edges because I know you can probably see a void. Something like that. All right. Bamboo making my stream lag? It shouldn't. Chat, are we good? Are we golden? Is there an issue? Chat? The very last images on printables are how they lay out the plates. Is there a plate already done? I think I mentioned that it's like that's like my favorite thing I wish more developers like would do. Designers would do is like already have the bamboo plates. Okay, some people are saying it's lagging, others are saying it's not. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna make a new folder. Excuse me. I should have done this days ago, Adam. If I click live, it's blurry and froze. How? Hold on. Let me go live streaming. Let's do live. It looks fine, right? Am I wrong? I guess it is kind of hitching a little bit. Why would that be causing issues? I also lost like 80 people watching it. We dropped down super hard. Maybe I should turn this off. Fine here, get better internet. I mean, I have fiber. I also have like an insanely good computer. I got a 7900 XTX. I have more video RAM than most people have computer RAM. Anyway, let's start. You said last image, is that like in the thing here? Oh, they have a PDF with everything. Nothing in the PDF shows how they lay it out. So this is my least favorite part of doing this, because like, okay, so I have the plate here, right? And now I got to figure out like how this blaster goes together. So I got to bring up a picture of the blaster. And of course there's like 30 alternative parts and it's kind of hard to understand. And I got to kind of like figure out the color scheme of what I want for this blaster going. And it's infuriating. Hey, Adam, don't you have a bamboo? Don't you already have these plates done? I don't suppose you'd be cool enough to just let me steal your plates, right? On the printable pages, hardware kit planning, bolt handle drawing. Look, I know I'm stupid, but... Hey, welcome back, bots. Is it hardware kit planning? One of these PDFs? I mean... I don't know. Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to download these PDFs and take a look. Sheet. That's a bolt handle. Yeah. That's how intelligent people can get their work done. And I think I just accidentally closed the thing. So the picture's in the middle of the page. I'm stupid, man. I am so stupid. It's amazing I can even get out of bed and function in society. Hey, there we go. There is in fact a picture, which honestly doesn't help as much as it should, of parts laid down on a plate. So we can do like the 4 plates right there, and we can just start dragging files onto the thing and figuring out where those go. What? I was like, didn't I add like 5 pieces? Yeah. So, it looks like at least these 2 go here. This is, does that go the other way around? Why? What? Okay, hold on. So you guys ever realize why I complain about so much stuff when it comes to blasters? Like the kits? Like, I am aware that having this is a small miracle, and I will never question the designer for doing these things. But this is the worst. I have done this so many times where I've basically given up on a blaster before I've even started, because, you know, this is the experience right here. This is what you do. You got to figure out how these parts, like, first of all, what these parts are, and then trying to figure out how they fit together. I guess auto works pretty good on that, because these are all, like, lever up. So if I do auto on this one, I clicked the button earlier. There we go. Or I can just do that, too. Let's just do... Where is the auto? Dude, I am so stupid today. I just clicked it, and I don't remember how I did it. Auto. There it is. Okay. So, it looks like these 3 are in one place. That's good. This piece... Hopefully you can go down. Yep, that's about right. Good. Auto is definitely a crutch. This can go over here. That was one whole folder. Let's go to another folder. Oh, cool. There's like 13 files in here. Let's just copy that. I don't want them as all. We're going to put that over here. So this is the rear frame. So let's separate this out. This is honestly my least favorite part of all this. This is why, like, I love Bamboo so much, because potentially you could already have this done for me, and I just download your files, put it on my printer, and we're good to go. It's lagging on stream, not YouTube. Why would it be lagging on stream? That doesn't make any sense. What am I doing that's causing the lag? Did it just start happening when I did the whole Bamboo Handy thing? Is this program, like, sending all my information to China, and that's why it's not working? Yeah, I can, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a good thing. You can, in fact, auto the whole play. I can auto-rotate, or, yeah, auto-rotate everything, but that doesn't mean it's going to do the right thing. Alright. Adam, is there a chance you've already done this? Because I'm going to go crazy. Tells you how long it's been since I've used my printer. And I have 3 of them. Alright. DM me your email. Oh my god, I have to open up Facebook. Because I will honestly just take the handout on this one. It's not like you already didn't do your work by sending me the hardware kit to begin with. I don't feel like sitting here on stream trying to figure out how to clone this. I am slicing up a blaster to print out. I also don't know why there's all this random filament in here. What do you mean it's not connected? Wigglytuff. Is Wigglytuff not on? No, Wigglytuff is on. There is my printer right here. So I should just be able to hit button. Synchronize. The heck is it doing? Delete, deleted, and gone. Oh, that pink goes so hard. All right, let me scavenge into my Gmails really quick. All right, man. I know how it goes. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Oh, it's just gonna open up a new bamboo studio. Frackin' froggin'. Pardon me. Yeah, there's googly eyes on my print head. Which some of you be like, well, why would you do that, Walcom? Wouldn't that add extra weight and stuff? Oh my god, he has like 30 plates. I don't want to print out 30 different plates. I guess you kind of have to, huh? I'm assuming they're already set up, so. I'm a big fan of the pastel pink. Let me see if I can open this up in this. File, open, desktop, smiley. Wait, no, I don't want to save that. I want to open a file. There we go. That's a little bit better. So I'm guessing these have different parameters. Because he's already done it. I would assume a part like that is at like maximum strength. Yeah, 8 wall loops on that one. No, everything's 8 wall loops. I assume these settings are raring to go. So that's the front. These are 2 halves of the back. Let me look at the thing again. Smiley. So the front is all usually one color. And then the grip and this stock piece could be a different color, I believe. Because these plates will slide on top of it or affix to it in a way. So let's see here. We're slicing this on the bamboo. Let's do, what do we got? In the bamboo right now, if I would remove all of my stuff, I should have a pink, a black, translucent. There's a lot of different stuff in there. I kind of want to do the good portion of this in black. Because this is going to be the main color the magazine's going to go into. And since the magazine is going to be neon green, I feel like doing this part in black. See, the thing here is that I don't want these plates to be on this, because I don't want these to be the same color as this. Because these plates attach to this. See what goes into this? This could all be avoided. But we're gonna put these over here. So this, and what else would we want to be black? I also think we can put this on here. Might need a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of rotation tweaking. But I think we can fit all these parts on here. Since this is kind of like the core of the stock by the looks of it. Yeah. And then the 2 plates, we can do that in a black. And I think that'll go pretty hard. Wait, lay the bolt down. First plate? That? Lay it down? What is with the camera on this thing? Why are you so... Camera? You're like... Let's do face. 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 Dude, this camera. Oh my god, this camera. There we go. Kind of like that. Is that more optimal? So, this could be the first plate, and we could do this in carbon fiber, because I have a whole roll of it. So, that's the 2 pieces. So, that's our magwell, that's a stock, and everything else will kind of bolt on top of that. No, the tallest piece. Cool. This piece? Smiley bolt. So we'll just undo that. Cool. And we'll do that to this. Bam. Might have to do some shenanigans. I'm gonna pistol whip the next guy who says shenanigans. There we go. These are internal, so that's probably all gonna be orange or something like that. Do I have orange? Oh god, I might not have orange. Alright, so this, we're going to check really quick to make sure our print bed is empty. Let's do this. Let's slice this and see what it looks like. Uh, 6 hours? I assume all these settings are right.
Rock.
You do 8 wall loops. That is a lot of wall loops, man. And lots of shell layers. Sparse infill, that's fine. How much filament does that use? 220 grams, eh? Thank you very much, Richard Johnson, for the $2 super chat. I will do my best to keep the vids up and make them at least palatable. I don't know if everyone can be a heater, but I can do my best. I generally do 5 walls. Yeah, I usually do like 3 to 5 depending on the part. 8 though, huh? Support, is that on? Yep, support was on. Your threshold angle for support is actually kind of low. That's impressive. Yeah, there's only a little bit of support. You do use trees. I like trees. Trees are good. That looks pretty good. So we can do that, except for, if I remember correctly, if I go to print, which you can't see, yeah, it only lets me do PLA. I can't switch it from here to PETG. And I think I want to do the carbon fiber. Right? Anybody else think that carbon fiber, that like $35, no, like $55 roll of filament is going to be cool? What do I have to do? I think I have to highlight this. Is there like a change material? How did I do that before? There we go. So that should now be good as, yes, carbon fiber. PETG carbon fiber. Yes. Is it PEI? Textured PEI? I guess it is, yeah. Okay. That should be good. Time lapse on. You can't see this part, but let's send that. And Wigglytuff should spring to life. Yes, I have 3 different printers. They're all different models of bamboo. Smallest is Igglybuff. Biggest is Wigglytuff. Funny how that works. All right, sending it to my printer. Man, this is taking a while. Why is this taking a while? It's 6 megs. My network should be way better than this. Most of the gun should be pink. I do have pink. Let me see. Well, I should be able to see it really quickly. What I have on Jigglypuff and Igglybuff. The problem is that bright green mag. Which I kind of like the idea of that being the core, but green and neon green and black go together very well. So that should be started. Now, fortunately for me, I own an A1, which is gonna be a very similar build volume. So if I go to Jigglypuff here, I have, oh god, you can see the studio. More black, white, bunch of PLA. Oh, none of those colors really sing to me. I do have other filaments. What do we got on Igglybuff? Why is it on external? Why is it not on a... Is the AMS not connected? Let me see what that notification was. Class Freels, $50? Why would you... Yeah. Okay, hold on. Got back home, 2 stupid 10mm bolts sheared off, and that's enough to make the car unsafe. Get those bolts replaced. I can't. Hold on, I gotta extend up the feed. To make the car unsafe, get those bolts replaced and good to go. P.S. Here's gong money, G-O-N-G. Thank you very much, Classic Friel, for the $50 tip. I really appreciate it. I hope the car works out. It's 2 bolts. I don't know where those would go off, but yeah, usually having bolts shear off is not a good thing. I'm not a mechanic, but even I can tell you that. Please, I hope that's not money you needed for said car. That is an amazingly generous tip, and I really appreciate it. Yes, that is good gong money. My plan for the gong is probably to get like a sled or something from Goodwill and just make a PVC stand and hang that out there. So that was kind of my going idea. If I was really smart, I'd talk to my old boss on Facebook and ask him where he got his 26-inch pizza pans and see if I can't either order one of those through him or buy one of his old ones, because that would make a great gong. So anyway, what's this guy? It doesn't even have the AMS connected, apparently. Why does this not have the AMS connected? What's going on here? Okay. All right. Well, that sucks. So I might have to actually do something to change those. What colors are we thinking? We got black kind of going for the main, like one of the things. What other colors are we thinking? Somebody said pink. I could do pink. I got lots of pink. Oh, obviously I got lots of pink. That's like my favorite color. And bamboo makes a great pink. I know. We got any progress going on here? Yeah, but I want like a 26-inch one. Can you do a video on Rhino Fire? I actually have one out to do a video on at some point, Eddie. I don't know if I have done one. But my old work used to make a pizza that's 26 inches. That's a huge pan. Dark green? I don't think I have dark green filament. N-Strike colors? It's gonna have a neon green magazine. We don't want to... We got black. We've got the neon green mag. Oh, it's alive. It's doing stuff. The robot is doing stuff. Catches on fire. Seahawks. I might. I don't think I have green. That's my problem. Blue I have. White I have. But with that bright green mag. Skynet is real. Neon blue. All right. I feel like asking chat was a mistake. Oh, look at that. It pooped. Yes, this printer poops. Well, I might have to disappear for a second to figure out, because I really don't like any of the colors I have on Jigglypuff. Because it's like normal Nerf colors, which doesn't help. Yes, Solinus, the studio is still messed up after your departure. I like white. Okay, see, General started to say pink and white, but the problem is it has a neon green mag. Red wouldn't do good with that. What is complement color to green? I should know this, but it's been a while. Is red. I hate this. I don't want to do red and green. You're not wrong, Kingston. Not that I have anything planned. I don't think I have purple. Man, this is harder than I thought. It's got a neon green mag. I want something to kind of complement that. I'm using carbon fiber for the main grip area. What would look good on that carbon fiber? I never gave this guy a name. I think I named, well, it's obviously Wigglytuff, but it'd be like Gelium or something. We got a neon green mag. We gotta have the neon green mag. So then we have black because that contrasts really good with the green, but we need something that goes on top of the black that meshes with the green. I don't have a purple. I'd like to, Sifl, but I don't have a purple. And I don't have green filament, I don't think. I had green filament, I gave it to Z. Yellow I might have, but... Is there a common writer? I hope I have orange filament. Give me a second. I'm going to go see if I have orange filament. You can watch the robot do some things. Lied, I do have green. That should work. Oh, it's gonna be chroma keyed out. I don't even know why I'm showing you. I just need to cut off the tip. Don't take that one out of context. All right, that opens up our options. I don't remember if I actually checked for if I had orange, but we do have green. So Jigglypuff has green installed now. Should pop up. There it is. We got green. All right. So let's change this to A1. Should be able to sync. There it is. Yeah, synchronize now. And delete that. I don't know why this is a thing now, but... So... Neon pink with neon green. I don't really have a neon. I have this kind of deep green. And I don't have a neon pink. I like a pastel pink. Pink with blue and black trimming. Thong those horns. It's called First Step. It's from Tree of Savior. I have a roll of purple. I don't think it'll print. Jambot said something. Pink and neon blue. I have like a teal, like a rune cyan, I guess you'd call it. Blue and green. We might be able to do that. We might be able to do black, blue, and green. So let's do... We already got that printing, so that's fine. Is there a reason these are on different plates, Adam? Couldn't I just do that? What else do I like to put in this green? I like to maximize my AFK gains when it comes to printing. We are currently trying to figure out the colors for this Smiley Blaster. I think we're going with black green with some blue trim. So that's in PLA Basic, okay. Alright, that's on diameter. Yep, A1. I gotta remember, I might have to swap the nozzle on the A1 Mini if I'm going to utilize the A1 Mini. Unless I want to print some, like, the internals in, like, 1mm height or resolution. Or it's got a 0.2 nozzle on it. So... Is that really, like, up at some point, just, like, a decent filament dehydrator? Because I don't have one anymore, because I gave it to Z. I have a, Oh, yeah, don't be surprised if in the next 2 minutes the stream stops for a bit. Just refresh it. Unless it already did it. Did I miss something? Steve with a $20 super chat and a very peculiar colored pair doing a jig. And that's your first super chat? Steve, you gave me your super chat, Cherry? You can't have it back. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping the super chat, Cherry. Are you okay with that, Steve? Thank you very much for the $20 super chat. Holy crap. I don't know why that hasn't popped up on the screen yet. That's really weird. It's in the chat box, but I haven't seen it pop up in OBS. Steve, sound off in the chat. Yep, you rock. I don't know about rock, Steve, but thank you very much. If you think I rock, I don't know how I could compare to you, because you send random strangers to the internet $20. That's like half a Taco Bell order in 2025. You're the best. Thank you, Steve. I am Steve. I haven't seen that movie. Walcom, I made a strife with afterburners using the flywheel cage from a different net. I've seen that happen before, Aiden. I yearn for the mines. All right, well, any complaints about this one? Because I think we're going to send it. We're going to do this one in green. Jigglypuff, A1, send it. I'm going to time-lapse this because that's good B-roll. Jiggles Puff, begin your journey. Build me a Nerf sniper. Is that where it finally did? Get shit out! Let's game. Let's game. What's it go? I can't remember how that jingle goes. Hold on. Hold on, I have a thing for this. Don't I have a thing for this? Solonese, did I not have a thing for this? I have a thing for this. Hold on, I gotta experience this dopamine hit. Behold, the chroma keyed out driver. You can't see it. Gotta do this right. It's been a while since we've done this on stream. Oh. I'm holding it upside down. So... Gotta stop hitting random buttons. We take both of them. They go in the thing. And then we go... What's your game? What's your name? Mark. Perfect! God, this get goosebumps every time. And then we'll just... You can't even hear it, but... Alright, I'm happy. Sorry, I needed that. Oh, wait, hold on. Gotta do the thing where you take them out? Ah! Oh. You want to know how I keep myself sane, chat? That's how. Alright. Have a good night, Aiden. Alright, I'm done. I needed that. Okay, so this thing is changing filament. What do we got? Wiggly Tough doing? How's this print going? Terrible? Awesome? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at how good that looks. Oh. Do my bidding, robots. Yes. Ah. Now we're 3D printing. Pardon me. Favorite Sledgefire 3D printed shell. Not that long ago, Homely got me the Laser Gnomes like mega shell. And I tell you, it's kind of hard to have more fun with a foam dart than lobbing a mega dart out of a Sledgefire, okay? It's just amazing. I'm surprised I haven't seen a dedicated mega barreled Sledgefire. I almost feel like I should do that. I just wish I had good luck modding Sledgefires. Maybe Z can help me. What is your favorite energy drink? I'm not gonna really mince words here. The Alani stuff, I found more recently. I have not had a bad flavor of Alani. It's really good. Otherwise, I will go for, right now, Rain. So Alani, Rain. And the third option is usually going to be a Celsius. I'm kind of done with Monster for the time. Another one. I just heard a Guy Chateau. Why am I not? Oh, it was classic for real. Oh, you did 4 minutes ago. I've been told a filament dryer is useful for drying airbrushed parts, so I'm finally breaking down and getting one. P.S. The pause already happened. P.P.S. Yes, you do rock. P.P.P.S. Congrats on the $20 more gong money. Where did that happen? It was $1. Oh, from Steve. I get what you're saying. And Classic for Real with another $1. Look at me. I have my printer called Classic for Real's Print number 2. P.S. Bro, read my last super. I was gone. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I'm also, again, I'm looking at this on a screen that is like about 9 inches. Do you have any shell-ejecting blasters you could sell? Maybe. I have a Renfield that I don't really have a whole lot of use for. All right. Did my music stop? There we go. Those laser gnome shells were good. Honestly, the laser gnome stuff is some of the first commercial 3D printed stuff I remember seeing in the hobby. Straight up. All right, how's Jiggles doing? You doing printer stuff yet, Jiggles? The funniest thing is, like, does the A1 have a camera? Yes. We don't count it in frames per seconds, we count it in frames per minutes. This is maximum. I think it froze. And we switch back to Wigglytuff. It's better than the webcams on most, like... It's better than most cameras on most phones, almost. It's ridiculous. Do you have a fly point? I do. I have a special one done by Valor, so it's one of the nicest fly points you can get. It also has a custom suppressor. Let's see here. Is the music volume pretty good? I can turn it up. I just realized how gray that carbon fiber is. It's not really black. I thought it was going to be darker than that. The last time I printed anything out on this printer, it was Beyblade stuff. I can't believe it's been sitting here and it's just like, yeah, guess what? I'm going to print and I'm going to do it amazingly well. We're printing the Smiley Purple Cat. Magpie? I have my custom Magpie. The shell-ejecting one. I accidentally broke my P1S camera trying to upgrade it from the P1P to P1S so I could use so I use a Wise camera now. Interesting. I don't know what that is. I've done like no maintenance to this printer. I love the X1. It's so good. It's the best. It's look at how capable it is. Those googly eyes have been on there since like before I even turned the thing on. Surprised one hasn't fallen out yet. I'm waiting for the eye to fall off and ruin one of my prints. I love how you're watching the camera on your printer that is quite literally a foot to your left. Look, man, it's more like 3.5 feet. Let's be honest. How long you think one of my arms is, and it's still about another foot to go. What's Jiggles doing? Hopefully this sticks, because, yeah, looks like it's doing okay. I did just clean those plates. And then Igglybuff should have the AMS detected now. It does. I've got weird filaments on Igglybuff. Oh no, you can see more of my dirty frickin' studio. What would you give for a Pro Boomco AEG? If it was good, like even like 160, like 4 darts a second, I'd give a lot. I'd give up a lot of what I have. I have a lot too. I'd give up a lot. Can you do Avid? Can you do Avid on the AGM Mastech M24? It's the perfect gift quotes. I believe Mastech is sending me an M24. So they messaged me and said, hey, loved your video, made us laugh, and let us know if we can do anything. And I said, hey, I'm glad you guys really enjoyed it. I had fun making it. And then they said a lot of people seem to want you to check out our M24. We can express ship you one. And they said, okay, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to accept it as long as you guys are cool with me giving my honest opinion, positive or negative. So no money is exchanging hands. I'm literally just selling them a bunch of blasters at this point. And they said, okay. And so I assume that means they probably sent one out. So it will probably be here within early next week. The next video is on a disc shooter that I found. And then after that, we'll probably do the M24. And I'm still looking for some of the other stuff. I want to do that knockoff Dart Zone, the LP55 or whatever, because I know that's not great. And I want to kind of thrash a blaster that is clearly a... See, that's the thing. Chat, hang out with me here on the... what do I want to call this? The optics of the morality, right? So... this blaster is very clearly a clone of the Mark II, but it has its own, like, feature, which is the detachable magazines. So is it still a clone? Like, what is your objective take on that? Because, like, it still is... God, I'm tired of looking at the dirty studio. It still... is a ripoff, but it has edited features. Can I do a video on it and still be able to sleep on a pillow at night? Or what? Like, what's your moral compass say about that, chat? That's where things get kind of sketch, because I don't know how I feel about this. The thing is, I still have to figure out where I stashed it. Solidys and me went through a lot of stuff and didn't find it. So... Also, Solidys, when are you going to come over and finish the job? Oh, God, it's so bad right now. Chat, it's so bad. Worst case is that Reddit hates you for doing it. Reddit hates me for existing. So... Is there already one with removable mags? The Mark II.1 has removable mags. This is a Mark II, which didn't have removable mags when it came out, that they added internal swappable mags with. They're proprietary. And so while the clone, it's obviously a ripoff of the Mark II, it still does something different. And if we sit here and poop on it, it's kind of like, how do I say this? No matter what I say, I'm going to sound horrible. Like, it's clearly a ripoff, but they improved it. Therefore, is it worth burying, under the sea? Or should it have its own chance to shine? Because while they did rip something off, they improved upon it. Like, a pretty substantial improvement, in my opinion. I feel like this is a conundrum that should be discussed. I'll make myself a little bit bigger here. We have the printers going on in the background. Like, it sucks. I don't want to support a thing. I don't want to support the thing, but at the same time, it's like if we always ran by that moniker, we would never have anything ever get better. Yeah, it's a cluster truck. It really is. It's almost like a no-win scenario. It's really rough. And I'm struggling with the moral conflictions. Dart Zone adds a word to a pro blaster. Boomco would have added a pro to a blaster. Nerf adds a pro to... Okay, I get it. Definitely make a video. Sounds super cool. It's really not, Mason. To be honest, it's really not. I mean, people were okay with the fire rat being a stolen gecko. So that's different, though. It's clearly different in a lot of ways. It's rough. Like, we already have an issue going on with the Jigglypuff. I can already see something going on there. Yep, we have lift. All right, we're gonna have to cancel that one. I love printers. I thought I washed that bed. Maybe I didn't. But yeah, we have lift. I wonder if I can get that one with just isopropyl. I don't know if I know what the Bluebird is, David. Yeah, we got lift right there. That's unfortunate. I could flip the bed around, like over. The other side might be cleaner. My phone's telling me I've canceled a print. I sprayed it all with some random chemical. Oh, okay. I'm gonna scrape that off and flip the bed around. Please tell me that was somewhat funny. Why did it just beep? We should be fine, right? Ooh, I got a link from Quintic. I wonder what it could be. Classic for real tipped $1. 99 out of 100 times when I get a lift on me once because the bed is too cold. No, dude, that thing was so hot. I think it's just that PEI sheet. It was dirty. Because it's been sitting face up, there's probably been a whole bunch of touching and stuff on it. So hopefully flipping it around will fix that issue. What was I going to do? Oh, right. I got a link from Quintic. Quintic. Oh, no, I do not have that. It's literally called the Mark III. What's different on this one? It's just, no, it's straight up just a Mark. It literally, oh, it's a Super Gun Pro. What is this garbage, man? Oh, I hate that. That is so rip-off. Oh, man. And I see a review from somebody they should have never... Like, this is straight up a rip-off, right? Like, there's no defending that. Unless it has a removable mag. Because the one I'm talking about has a removable mag. It's a nylon recast. Maybe humidity. I just opened up that stuff, Supa. 5 seconds per frame roll calm. Yeah, pretty much. I tried to hold a pose in front of it for a while. Yeah, I don't like that. It's straight up a clone. Like, I don't think there's any physical changes to it. Even the one that I'm talking about has actual changes. Yeah, it's got the removable mags, which is at least an upgrade. Yeah, Richard, thanks very much for stopping by. We're probably going to wind things down here. I do want food at some point. I am quite hungry. Oh man, Solanese found a 26-inch pizza pan. 45 ducats? 45 ducats? I might still buy it. I might still pick it up. Wonder how hard it would be to drill a hole through that. Hopefully not that hard. It's aluminum. Should be easy. Was it by Zkong Toys? I have no idea. It was just, you type in LP55 on Amazon and it pops up. And it's the same blaster, except for it has removable mags. So, technically not the same blaster. All right, let's check in on Wigglytuff. How we doing? 6 hours, so I have to come back up here at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I might still be up. You never know. Wow, Z! You're here! Z, how long you been here? I don't know, Chase. I don't know. I don't really do that. Also, like, you know, I live here. You live wherever you live. They're different places. So, Adam, Blono Nerf, Fowla, sent me a hardware kit for the Smile. Or the Smiley. Smile, I thought one piece. So, hold up. Straight up, I keep seeing that logo. Is that not, like, the same thing, pretty much, that, Ace has on his hat? Like, I'm not the only one that saw that, right? Like, you see that? Let me put it. Is that not the same, like, smile that's on Portgas his hat? Portgas Ace hat. It's very close, but it's not. It's very close. It just reminded me of it. The one that Ace has is got wider eyes. It's very close. Which, I'm not saying, like, they stole or anything. I'm like, that's awesome. It just reminds me of Ace. Anyway, this is the hardware kit. This is how he shipped it. Check that out. Have you ever seen this? Like, how rad is that? Why has nobody else done that? Like, what the heck? Adam's literally a genius. Motocyclone shock, Ren. How do you turn bamboo dark mode? I don't know. It's always been like this. Is that actually a setting you have to change? Now I want to make a hardware kit with those foam meat trays. Far from it. No. I honestly, I think you've definitely got a talent there. He even chamfered the barrel for me. Did you test this too? It looks like he tested this barrel. That might be from the pipe cutter, but you did a really good job, man. Would you rather take a Venom or a Nightingale? Probably a Venom, to be honest, Chandler. I don't think the Nightingale has a lot to offer over a Venom. I don't think it offers anything over a Venom. And I would use the Nightingale as a sidearm, and if I'm using it as a sidearm, the full auto is fine. Have I seen the Minecraft movie? I have not. I don't know if I will. It's hard for me to, like, sit down and watch a movie. It's really hard for me to do that. So, for me to spend $30 to go watch a movie... The chicken jockey thing, oh, guys, I'm not gonna mince words with you. The cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life is the people throwing food and ruining that theater with the chicken jockey scene. Like, that is the epitome of everything that's currently wrong with our society, in my opinion. Forget all the terrible things that happen to people. That sounds pretty good. See? What was your... Did you watch the Minecraft or was it something else? The keynote version? What do you mean by that, Supa? Do you know of a holster for the Venom? There has to be a holster for the Venom by now, right? Dark Zone Venom Pro holster. Huh. Wait, hold on. There's something on printables. Yeah. There's one on printables by Moxie Man. Looks ace. Looks real good, actually. You know what's nuts? is the belt that Moxie Man is posing with his dual holstered Venoms is the belt I've been using for like 2 years. Mine actually has like a worker logo and stuff on it, although it's faded now. A critically panned Robert Pattinson movie, Mickey 17. Oh, I think I saw a trailer for that. It looked kind of interesting. It sucked though, huh? Yeah, I thought that looked interesting. It wasn't good? I honestly thought it looked interesting. Dang. I mean, if you have the talent, Nezumi. Yeah, I think you could hand stitch one, but not everybody's got that get up and go. It's good if you like our Pats being a poor little meow meow. I don't know how I feel about that sentence, to be honest. We went and saw it last week with our youngest. Oh, you watched the Minecraft movie, right? I think I saw the pictures your significant other was posting about the Minecraft movie. And your little ones. I want to see what the printers are doing. Wigglytuff, how we looking? Looking good. Everything's gonna be perfect. Jiggles, how we going? Are we jiggling? I'm already seeing some questionable. I might have to do something. I wonder if there's something. Yeah, there's some lift going on that too. Crap, I might have to actually maintenance wash that plate off and stuff. You think isopropyl will get that working? How many bamboo printers do I have? I have 3. Yeah, I got some lift. 2 different places on that. Damn it. I might do some, give it a quick rub down with the isopropyl. So to be honest, I'm totally waiting for that time where I check my printer at 3 o'clock in the morning and I see Satan himself. Solanese is going to drive across the state, break into my studio, and just stand there staring at my printer. That'd be a good analog horror. I kind of want to do that. That would be a really good analog horror. Song, this is... Milden Miles. M-I-L-D-E-N space Miles. M-I-L-E-S. This is also from Tree of Savior. Have a good night, Siffle. The Atari 2600 has more frames per second than this. So, I mean, yeah. Actually, to be honest, most Atari games, well, not most, but depending on the game, a lot of them run pretty dang smooth. You do that when you struggle to put like 3 different colors on screen at once. We should have filmed the recon vid with that printer. That would be funny. I wish that printer had, you know, higher than 2 frames per second. Because then there's this guy. I don't even know if Solanese remembers the googly eyes on my carbon. Ask the significant other to start dinner. She doesn't mind. We're gonna have fish and, well, not fish and chips. So we're gonna have fish sticks. I almost said the wrong word because of the joke from South Park. Have a good night, Chase. God, my entire table is wobbling. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. Favorite gaming console? It's the PS2, and it's not even close. Do those cams do audio? No. As far as I know, they don't. I really want to figure out a way to get, like, this printer have the camera, because it has, like, a go live button and stuff, and I kind of want to do it in a way where it's, like, it can just live stream to my Discord. PS2 is goated, good call. You literally can't do better than the PS2. Like, the only other thing that's even remotely close is the Super Nintendo. But the difference is I don't think there's a single genre on the Super Nintendo that the PS2 doesn't have multiple good copies of. Like, there is just no other console that does as much as the PS2 does. It does everything. And it has like a 9 out of 10 in every single kind of game genre on that console. Sometimes multiple of them. PS2 is just the best. I want Sony to make a handheld PS2 so badly. I know you can emulate it, but I really wish they would do it. Like, they could make so much money, man. Is it possible to make a turret from TF2 with a flywheeler? Like a XShot Insanity minigun? I think it is, yeah, Drake. I think you could. There's a reason they sold 160. Well, see, Skitty, if you actually say that, Nintendo fans would be like,
yeah, they only died because it was the cheapest DVD player. It's not actually good. GameCube was better.
Dude, if you had a GameCube over a PS2 or an Xbox, you know the feeling of how horrible that felt. You got like one game every 6 months, maybe. I think the entire library of the GameCube is like, it's less than 500. It's not quite the same, General Strife. Trust me, I love the PSP. My entire high school was PSP everything. I actually used to fix and hack people's PSPs for cash. That was what got me until I got a job. Didn't the military use like 500 PS2s strapped together as a supercomputer? Thrake, that was PS3s. Waste. Hey man, you've got me hooked in the hobby. I want to get into it, but I don't have the free time because high school. Even the OG stuff like a 5-point Spring Thunder. I mean, this is the best time ever, Waste. Like, everything good is on store shelves right now. What more could you want? Get a Venom Pro and a Striker 2.0 and you could just go lay waste to everybody. And even then, some of those games on the GameCube were garbo. The day I sold my GameCube, the last game I played was Wind Waker. I hated Wind Waker that much, and I thought it was going to be great. I beat Wind Waker, and I immediately sold it to my uncle. I regret that decision every day. I had the GameCube controller with the keyboard. Like, I actually got one of those from Christmas from my grandparents because I played so much Phantasy Star Online 2. Phantasy Star Online, not 2. Man, I'm an idiot for selling that stuff. I should have. I had the portable screen. I had everything. And even then, it's like finding a game, like the GameCube could not sustain you. You get a PS2, you were set. You get an Xbox, at least you could dump, dozens, if not hundreds of hours of playing things like Mech Assault. I'm trying to remember, what was the Mech Warrior game on the Xbox called? Mech Assault, Fable, Halo. Like, I'm not saying that the Xbox had nothing but, you know, ragingly good games. It had a couple. But the online play, even though it wasn't new to me, keep in mind, I've been playing Counter-Strike and stuff online since I was 9 years old. That's what ruined my innocence as a human being. The fact that it had all of this, like, you could just dump hundreds of hours into that stuff. Plus so much Halo 2. So much Halo 2. Mech Assault, Knights of the Old Republic, yeah. The GameCube's a cute console. GameCube has good games. Like, I'm not being fair because it has a lot of really good hidden gems. But the GameCube could not sustain you. You had to own another console. The thing with the PS2 is you could own just the PS2, and it will do literally everything. I firmly stand by the fact we will never have a console as good as the PS2 ever again. The other thing is, like, the PS2 also didn't have that much overlap, right? It did have multi-plats, and generally its multi-plats were the worst of all of the consoles. But it had so many, like, exclusives at the time. It was insane. It was absolutely bonkers. PS4 is better. The PS4 isn't even in the top 3 of PlayStation consoles. Holy crap. Random science facts. Writing on a chalkboard is writing on rocks with rocks. That's not bad. That's actually true. Stop making me think. Dude, I'm so mad Hasbro didn't make more Halo blasters. I know. What is with Hasbro fumbling every bag they get? The last time Hasbro had a touchdown was the double punch, right? Am I mistaken, chat? The last good Hasbro product was the double punch. I went through so many PS2s. I want a PS2 Slim with a screen and a battery and a hard drive with 90% of the library. Actually, I mean, it took IDE drives. What's the biggest IDE? Actually, that's a good question. Biggest IDE hard drive. The largest IDE hard drive available was 750 gigabytes. Maybe you could plug a SATA into a PS2 on PlayStation. Any SATA HDD, the PS2 will never use the benefits. You must have to use an adapter. You couldn't even plug a hard drive into the Slim, though, right? PlayStation 2 Slim hard drive. Apparently you could plug one in through USB or something. It has USB ports on it? I guess the PlayStation 1 did. Interesting. How much is a PlayStation 2 Slim? I've wanted one for way too long. I've never owned a PS2 Slim. Oh, Lieutenant, I hope it was like overtime and worth the overtime. That sucks. My Airsoft doesn't get a nerfing community. Should I start one? I mean, that's the next best thing, Ren. At least get some friends together, show them the love of foam flinging. PS2 is literally the best console. So many needs, even if you want a DVD player. That's also true. 360 was better than the PS3. That is so debatable. I would honestly debate the crap out of that. I think the PS2 or the PS3 started off poorly, but I think it ended way stronger. And it's like, it's hard for me to think of like Xbox games that I actually, like 360 games I actually want to play. There's a couple. I see, I can't rush. Because see, the problem with the Xbox 360 is like, it had almost no Japanese support whatsoever. So you had to be a real big Gears of War, you know, Call of Duty, Halo. Like, you had to be a huge fan of all of those. I'm not saying it doesn't have good games, even Japanese games like Lost Odyssey and stuff like that. But compared to the PS3, which had, you know, Call of Duty, and it had, you know, Atelier Tutori and stuff on it, like, you could get the best of both worlds, even if most of the Western games had really poor optimization on the PS3. I would still argue it's not worth missing out on those kinds of games on the PS3. That's why I love the PlayStation brand for so long. It's because you got the Western titles that you wanted to play, but then you also got all the Japanese titles, which Microsoft wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Then Sony moved all of its offices to California, started hating Japan, shut down Japan Studio, which was one of the best game development studios on gaming planet, and it's never been the same. PlayStation died like 2013, 2014. It was done. It sucks so much. The Wii had World War II Call of Duty. I mean, Wii U had Black Ops 2. It wasn't a good port, but it had it. Wii is so, man, I agree. The Wii is a really hard console for me to... Well, I have not hooked up my Wii in years. Decade, even. Even a hacked Wii doesn't really offer you a whole lot. Video idea, shoot knockoff Nerf guns with the insane FPS snipers. I don't know if a foam dart could break a blaster. You'd have to have some pretty modified darts. All right, let me see what Jigglypuff's up to. Everything sticking? Nothing sticking? Hey, that looks pretty okay. That looks pretty okay. Let's let that go. That's looking much better. That's looking a little bit better. Classic for real tipped $1. Just sounds like video game is just a sucker's hobby now. PS use another gong dollar. Gong. Thank you, Classic. But we had cool graphic design for the menus. It totally succeeded at what it was trying to do. It's a neat vintage console at this point. Best love for its quirks. I mean, you're nicer about it than I am, Z. You're nicer about it than I am. I don't think the Wii was a terrible console. Obviously not. It sold 1 billion. But I think for a console that sold as well as it did, I think the Wii suffers a lot. I think the Wii U, had Nintendo not ported absolutely everything to the Switch, had a more engrossing library than the Wii ever had. I think most of the problems with the Wii stem from nothing felt like it was all there. Nothing really had a lot to sink your teeth into. Even Monster Hunter Tri was one of the weakest entries in the series on the Wii. Any platform you can play SSX Tricky on is good. God, I haven't played SSX Tricky in probably 20 years. It's been a while. I don't want to be... I'm not a Sony fanboy. I didn't buy a PS5. It's been a while. I just think the PS2 is unbeatable. I don't think there's a single console out there. Like, you can mention even real-time strategy. I bet you I can find a decent real-time strategy on it. There's just so much going on with the PS2. It's so hard not to just love it. Should I get a Phoenix 2.0 or a Kunlun? I'm not going to recommend you get a Phoenix 2.0 ever, average hater or something. I don't think, especially in 2025, it's a logical choice. I would definitely recommend a Kunlun. I like mine a lot. But see, the problem with the NES is it doesn't even beat the SNES. And there's a lot of games I love for the NES, don't get me wrong. But the Super Nintendo is probably the second best console ever made. Super Nintendo is so good. Chat, what's your guys' favorite PS2 game? That is nearly impossible. I want to go for something... What have I put? There's a lot of JRPGs that I really love for the PS2. That's the biggest issue. Man, there's a lot of good JRPGs. Was there any online games I ever actually played? Plus, you got Kingdom Hearts, all those. Man, I know the Final Fantasies. There's so much into all the Disgaias. Oh, there's so much good. SOCOM. Killzone. What do we do? There's so many good games on that console. Racing, you got, well, Burnout was multi-plat. Gran Turismo, though. Gran Turismo 4. How many hours can you sink into Gran Turismo 4? Oh, buddy. Andy, I live in Washington State, USA. Oh, man. Yo, how much is the beat-up bow from Minecraft Dungeons collab worth? I doubt anything. Jack and Daxter, again, I forgot. Jack and Daxter 1, pretty good. Jack and Daxter 2, excellent game. I never played Jack 3 or Jack Racing. God of War, oh man, God of War. Oh, God of War and all the God of War clones. Need for Speed Most Wanted, Midnight Clone. Ooh, Midnight Clone, but that's also on that was also on Xbox, and I think it was better on Xbox. Yeah, nobody's like saying that it's not true, but yeah, actually, how long did it take for the Xbox to get Grand Theft Auto? Like, it took a while for the Xbox to get Grand Theft Auto. Everybody had it, like, all of those on the PS2 way before that. Was there a Xeno game? There was 3 of them. Xenosaga episodes 1, 2, and 3. Like, you like, there's so many. All the dot hack games. All the dot hack games. I'm guessing you still love the Mu 2? Yeah, why would I not? It's a shotgun sniper rifle. Also still think Moose is still sick in the head. That dude has demons. Star Fox was the best NES game. My brother, I don't even think Star Fox was the best FX chip game. I could absolutely smash up some Stunt Racer FX right now. Every SMT game. Oh my god! The Rhino duology, Nocturne, Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2, Persona 3, 4, like, holy crap. Like, it just keeps, a lot of those have been ported or had remasters, but man. And actually, I don't think Persona 3 Fez is technically on any, because, like, I think they kind of added it to Reload, but people don't seem to like Reload. And, yeah, the Persona 3 Portable was ported to everything, but it's lacking the stuff that Fez added, although it adds its own stuff. What car was your pick? Oh god, I don't even remember that far, Brad. I mean, everybody remembers, like, the lifted truck, because it was, like, the poster child. With the Nerf X Destiny collab, are you excited for the possibility of Nerf Marathon? Okay, I'm not going to say it wouldn't happen, EMC Kenna, and I also don't think it wouldn't be great, because I really liked the designs of everything they showed off in Marathon. But let's be honest here, chat. Marathon is dead in the water. That game won't work. It's Concord 2. It is not going to work. I'm sorry. I would not, if you have a PlayStation 5, I would not be touching that game. Is it even multiplayer, or is it PS5 exclusive? And when does it come out? Oh, coming in September. It's PS5 PC. I mean, so was Concord. So was Concord. Oh. I really wish we get Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2 ported. I'm sure it will happen. I'm surprised they did Radio before that. The problem is those games are way more expensive than Digital Devil Saga, so I'm kind of glad they did. They're also, like, action RPGs. I remember playing the first one for about 10-15 minutes at a game store, and I was going to pick it up, and I didn't. When I went back a couple of weeks later, it was gone. My friend Michael had bought all of them. And that's when they were, like, out of print. They were, like, $100 each. He bought both. I have Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2. My 2 has a pretty big chip missing out of the middle, but I played, like, the first 20-30 minutes of it, and it ran fine, so. Sniper Core combo, Sniper core combo. I would never run that loadout. That's a really repetitive loadout. So it'll be full of cheaters like D2. Yeah, I also assume that's going to be a thing, Brad. But let's just face it, like it's not free to play. Actually, it's not free to play, therefore it should have less cheaters. But the thing is that who's going to pay $20 to $40? Let's be nice and say it's $20 to $40, knowing that it's published by Sony and it's made by Bungie, the same developer that just monetized the ever-loving dog everything out of Destiny 2. Like, there's no way. Like, you'd have to be a fool to not... It's going to launch with like a $150 collector's edition that'll come with a season pass and all that stuff. And that game will be dead in the water. Nobody's going to buy that. Nobody is going to buy that. Like, there's no way. Nobody will buy that game and deal with the, just the thought of having to pay more for it. They'd have to do like the cleanest launch ever. The PSP Battlefronts by Rebellion were really bad. Were they? I remember playing them, and they weren't that bad at all. We actually played a lot of Battlefront 2 on during lunch breaks. It was one of our favorite games. Do you play Call of Duty? No, I haven't played Call of Duty Mobile since it first came out. I wish they would have done a single-player boom shoot. Yeah. Based on OG Marathon. Man, I've wanted to make in Nerf for so long those M5, the dual flippy lever actions. There's like no feasible way to really do it. I thought about even at one point making them like flywheelers that when you cocked them, it would engage, it would pull a hammer back like a dart pusher hammer, and also rev flywheels until you pull the triggers, and then when the hammer would drop, it would shut off the flywheels, and during that action, it would push a dart through. I don't think anybody's done that. Maybe that works similar to the rail cleaner. I don't remember. Maybe not. I don't remember how the rail cleaner works. But that was like my grand scheme for making the dual M5 the shotguns from Marathon, because they are the best guns in all of gaming. It's going to be rough because most of D2's problems come from leadership, and the same leadership also as Marathon. Yeah, there's no way. Marathon's dead. It's not going to happen. It's going to be a massive failure. Which, saying that, now I hope it's actually true. I do want that game to be good. It looks phenomenal. And I'm not even a fan of like extraction shooters. I love the art style. I love the gunplay they showed off. It looks like a little bit better feeling Destiny 2, which Destiny 2's like balance is horrible and I hate it. So I'm actually like, I'm hoping it's good, but I'm just going to be frank. I don't think it will be good. Mega XL AEB 20 round drum that would be like that big with infinite loading mechanism, infinite, and a built-in ammo counter. I mean, that's a pipe dream. You imagine how much air power you would need to lob a Mega XL dart, let alone having that on an AEG? How many Nerf guns do I have? Thousands. More than any one person should own. How well do you think the OG stuff would fare today? Spring Thunder, Flypoint, etc. Shells are wacky. I think the best case for most of those shell blasters from GDOP and Heath are going to be like, if you can use 50 caliber foam balls, I think a lot of that stuff would be really effective. I think if you use them like just room cleaning, like you pull a trigger, you shoot 4 projectiles, and you have like a fly point and a couple of mags, and you can just blam, 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 and just wipe out 9 people. Yeah. I think that would be good. Otherwise, it's hard to rationalize using the shell stuff. Although dopamine is a hell of a thing. But we want to put holes in drywall, Jake. That's what we do. That's our thing. All right, let's check on Jiggles. How's Jiggles doing? I I think we're okay. There might be some lifting, because I see areas where it's lighter green than darker green, and that concerns me. If it's, like, really not working, I will, I'll take it downstairs and wash it with soap and water. I remember the Argus from Call of Duty. That was a really cool shotgun, because it was, like, a lever action, but if you just, you know, hip fired with it, it was a spread. And when you ADS'd, it was a slug. It was technically all the pellets in one thing, but that was a really cool weapon. Was it Black Ops 4 had like the driller or whatever, which was a shotgun like rifle, I think? Or was that a different, that might have been a different Call of Duty. I remember it being really bad though. If you're based overseas and can't access half-length darts. Shima, dart or worker is based in you know, like overseas in Asia, and they have some of the best full-length or half-length darts. But no, cutting down full-length darts, it's never going to work as good as you want it to. They're not properly balanced for that. Nerf darts especially, elite darts will just not work. They will not. I tried that, Skinny. It looks pretty okay from here, but I'm seeing some, either like it's not level, which is insane to think of for a bamboo product, or that stuff is lifting. I'll have to take a look at it. D2 had duality. Yeah, but was it any good? Would you call the Moose 2 a good equivalent to the Kunlun? They're not comparable. They're completely different blasters. Excluding the built-in shotgun, because the Kunlun doesn't have one. I mean, you could put a master key or something on it. The Kunlun's way different. The Moose is, like, not a very good, viable blaster. It's just fun. The Kunlun is hyper viable. The Kunlun is, like, meta. Yeah, but I don't have a filament dryer. The only way I could do that is, like, drying it in my X1, which is currently printing. I mean, I need to, once I get things figured out, I'll buy like a really good, nice filament dehydrator. And this is looking fantastic. This is looking great. Bless ye be, you beautiful X1 carbon that I've done literally no maintenance to. Even Solony's just like, your printer tells you need to lube the rails. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It does that all the time. Ignore them. You have one of those trash Sunlu ones. First, I don't even know where the power supply for that is. Second, it's garbage. It doesn't do anything. To be fair, Classic, Karen will mag dump you for holding a cell phone wrong. Karen doesn't understand firearms. That's why she shoots first and asks questions later. She lets Jesus take the wheel. There we go. I can clean that off for right now. Unless you guys really miss the printer. Where is webcam? Oh, that's not webcam. You changed it. I love how it does that. I specifically clicked webcam and then clicked on it and it was like, nope. Webcam. There it is. Let's try that again. There we go. Ooh. Ah, crap, I lost my chat. There we go. I think this worked a lot better having the main screen up here. You're checking on the printers? Yeah. That's the best part of bamboo printers. They just run without hardly... You say that, but yeah, I'm going to have to wash the plates on the exposed printers because, yeah, they don't keep as clean as the X1. B-car does not increase FPS. It will always give you usually about a 5% decrease. It adds friction. Oh, where's my water bottle? Oh. Since a P-car actually extends your barrel, there are situations where the P-car will give you FPS, even with the added friction. Have a good night, Chandler. We're kind of winding down. I mean, I haven't really done anything this stream. This is just here, so hopefully, I mean, I hope you guys are kind of enjoying it. I know it's not like a super exciting, awesome stream or anything like that. Just hang out, talk, you know. I mean, I could just be sitting here playing, you know, video games or something instead. Which, anytime I stream a video game, everybody hates it. So, I didn't do it on stream. It's just like talk, answer questions, do our thing. Have a good night, Z. Yeah, I think we're probably gonna wind down. We got 69 viewers though, giggity. What was our peak? Man, our peak was 144. And we dropped off that very quick. Does the XShot long-shot spring give an FPS boost on the Fury X? It does, Ortiz. It does. I've tested it. Yeah, I think, give me your last questions, because I think we're going to tone this down. No problem, Waste. My recommendation is like Striker 2.0, stuff like that. Classic for real, the $1. Whatever to those haters, I love your gaming streams. Here's $1, show it. Man, we used to, back in the day, we'd do like a mean, like, don't starve stream and stuff like that. How much do I have to super chat for a karaoke final? We're not, no, I can't. Not right now. I'm already, like, hyped up on meds to be able to breathe. Waste, I do live streams every Saturday night. Unless something comes up. Or I really don't feel like it. Yeah, it's a little past 6 here. They seem to be doing it, because I've been pretty rough, and I might have to take one, wait an hour or two, and take another, but after that, it's usually pretty good. Yeah, like, because even today, like, before I could get started with I had to take one, lay down in bed, and about, I don't know, 90 minutes later, I wasn't quite feeling it, so I took another. After that, I felt pretty good. Ran around town, got some stuff done. I don't think I'm going to do Call of Duty guns, Jennifer. I'm sorry. You're on spring break? Crap, I need to output more videos if people are getting on spring break. And you said I could get these just at, like, Walgreens, Rite Aid? Bronc Aid? Just got the N-Series award for $2 at Target. It's kind of hard to beat that down, Chef Frog. Is Aeon Prey worth it if I get a Fury X? I think you should have one or the other. I don't think you should have both. The Aeon Pro X is probably a better blaster. That being said, I think the Fury X is infinitely cooler. And they're about the same. So. How many Red Strike long shots do you have? 1. It's literally on the wall next to me with a auto prime kit on it. Did you actually have a 45 centimeter barrel on your Cynthia? Didn't I? I mean, don't I still have a barrel on my Cynthia? I think I might have put a shorter barrel on. My Cynthia right now with bamboo darts, it's like 260. It's pretty decent. But I think I put a longer barrel on it and it worked pretty good. Hey, Primate. We're winding down, so you joined at an inopportune time. I was mostly waiting for the dinner bell to ring. I didn't hear no bell. Well, I did. It's time for dinner. How's Jiggles doing? Let's check it. It still looks pretty okay. Will you compare the DZ Nitro Shot Plus to other half darts? I need to buy like 400 or 500 of the Nitro Shot Plus, and I haven't seen them in stores, and I don't have the funds available right now to do that. But I will in the future. What's for dinner? We're doing fish sticks and potato wedges. Man, the Lynx is really about as good as it gets, Rayleigh. Such an old design, but Orion just knocked it out of the park. I bet the new ones are even better. I'm hoping Shanye is capable of making me a little RMSE mount. The pattern is like slightly wider than the barrel, but I think if he made a little curved one that would go on, that would be really cool. Can we get a shot off with this thing? Yeah. Oh god, this is why this is my favorite blaster. There's really no other blaster that feels that perfect. We got another dart here. I fired all my dirts. I fired all my stream dirts. I mean, this one is already loose, but let's see if I can get... Yeah, I could. Grain Rain in shambles. Look, the Grain Rain's awesome, but you can't flip it. This is the reason why this is the best blaster. Like, it just feels like loading a shell and flipping it up, bam. And if I could put my little micro red dot on it, oh god, you have no idea how good that would go. Oh man, you would fear me if I showed up at a Nerf battle, because I would be doinking heads all day. Where's the Grain Rain? It's right here. It's right here. Fully maxed out. It's about as accurate as I've ever gotten it. Just realized with all the tariff nonsense, America's 3D print nerds are about to be the sole viable source of plastic doodads. You're not wrong, Jake, but unfortunately, the prices of printers is kind of in shambles. So the people who already have printers and hopefully don't need spare parts, because I checked, what was it? I think the A1 Mini was $180 back in November when I did the video. Now it's like $330. Maybe $360. It is really bad. Like, I don't know how you... Yeah, $360 for an A1 Mini. No. And I don't know how they would, like, take orders for it. You know what I mean? Like, you imagine you bought an A1 Mini today, and then the tariffs are off again, and then it goes back down to 200 or something, or why would they even lower the price? I'm not sure. The A1 starts at $500. It was $300. It's gone up $200. It's almost gone up 100%. It's stupid. And my X1, that's $1,500, which I think I paid $1,500 for the full kit and caboodle. It's insane. Heck yeah, that one guy with a garage full of Ender 3s hoping to sell Wiggly Drag. Oh my god, that's every farmer's market is plagued by that now. Yeah, it's because they're chroma keyed out, Nerf gun. It's even worse, you know, those prices won't be coming down if the tariffs were gone tomorrow. See, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know if that's necessarily true, D7, because, like, I doubt they're selling much that price. I doubt they want to charge that, but yeah. Do you edit the videos yourself? Yes. If so, the amount of effort I see is incredible. Great motivation. Depends on the video. I think, oh my God, well, the freaking stupid, TO5, the sniper rifle video, that was like, I think a 5.5 hour edit. It was like 9 hours of work on camera. Not 9 hours of work on camera, but you get what I mean. It was like 9 hours start to finish. I'd been working, taking that blaster apart and doing stuff way before I was actually filming it. And there's a lot of times you can see where I was like fitting stuff together and I just shut off the camera, sat down and worked on it some more. That's why it's like, I got like I cut the plastic and then I just cut to when it was done. So I'm like, dude, there's no more of this. I'm not going to do this. Yeah, I do all my own editing. As you can tell, my thumbnails are awful. I do my own thumbnails. Yeah, that's all me. That's a whole entire one-man operation. Imagine the power if I had people to do that kind of stuff for me. Yo, Mr. Walcom, your server doesn't have an art channel. We have a hobbies channel. We have a hobbies art. It has an art logo. You can put it in there and tag me. I'll take a look at it. I literally spent about 2 weeks on a video because you're lazy. I mean, you got to keep in mind, I've also been editing. How many thousands of hours have I edited stuff? Like, I would hope I'm pretty good at it by now. And I definitely feel like I've gotten pretty good at it. My workflow is also improving. I'm figuring out new techniques and stuff like that. I wasn't really utilizing compound, it says create compound clip. So like, there's a lot of times when I'd edit something and then I'd go, oh no, I need to do something way back here. And if you do that in editing, even if you turn off all the little snap features and stuff, it always messes up your timeline. Now, I'm like, when I'm done with a segment and I know it's a thing, I'll cut it, and I'll just create a compound clip of everything so it cleans up the timeline. That's been working out really good for me. I'm learning new stuff. The remove background tool, I haven't really gotten that good with it. Honestly, I'm using almost just auto, but I have tried to figure out how to paint it in and make it a little bit better, but it didn't seem like it was working the way it should. Because I had problems with like flickery spots off to like the far side, mostly because of like the arcade machine. And I couldn't, like, even though I was painting just myself and setting it, it was still picking up the arcade machine and flickering, and it was annoying. That's why it's really cropped in sometimes when I'm doing that remove background. Next of PNW. Hey, Walcom. I just subbed, but I've been watching you for over 2 years on a different account. Sorry for the late sub. I mean, I wouldn't hold it against you, Connects, but thanks for subbing. Also nice to see another Pacific Northwesterner in here. If you could make like a masterclass of how you edit videos plus tips and tricks, honestly, I might take your class. I love the way your videos are made. I'm all completely self-taught. I don't have any kind of formal education in it. I recently switched off using Vegas Edit. I used to pay the $400 a year for it. So I had up to, I think, Pro Edit 22. And then I went back to 18 because I didn't want to pay the $400. And then recently they came out with Vegas Edit 21 on a Humble Bundle. So I picked that back up. So I have Vegas Edit 21. My problem with Vegas is that it crashes so often. So I kid you not, I swapped over to CapCut. And it's been a learning experience. I still don't feel like there's as much stuff I can do in that I could do with Vegas, but man, it works, and I'm getting better at it. I feel like it hasn't crashed on me a single time. I've had minor hiccups that require me to exit out and then go back into the project, where it's like all of a sudden it won't let me actually grab and stretch and frame stuff. But it happens like 3 times in the entire time I've been using it. I think I swapped over back in like July. So I've been using it for a while, and I mean, I could use it on my phone. I don't. But if it gets like banned, like they can't run it anymore because whatever, the ByteDance or whatever is 86th out of everything in the US, I can just go back to Vegas. Again, there's stuff in Vegas that I really liked that you can't do as easily. My first editing program was Hit Film, and I thought it was pretty good. Do you have gold Dart Zone? I don't think so, Nerf Gun. I have gold XShot stuff. Never underestimate the rush of gathering a room full of people looking for tips and telling them, lol, just do it till you suck less. No, not at all. I just think like I've gotten the more you do something like editing, the faster you get at it. And I think that matters a lot. I think the more I use it, like I was slow at first with you when I swapped to CapCut, but the more I used it, the more I kind of figured out what to do. And I'm still learning new tricks as I go on. But there's stuff that I wanted to do recently. I wanted to edit something in like a 3D space. Like I wanted to take an image and superimpose it 3-dimensionally, and I don't think CapCut has any recourse for doing that. So I'd have to use Vegas. I'd have to take that clip, export it, open it in Vegas, create a project file for that, do what I want to do, export that, then bring it back in. Which is what I'll have to do, because I have a video coming out where I needed to do some kind of special effects. No, I don't take it that way, Jake. I don't honestly think, like, do you take the time to get good at something? Like, people are, oh, I don't like editing, I don't like doing this, it all takes the time. It's like, making thumbnails, it's like, it sucks. I hate it. And making a single thumbnail would take me 30 to 45 minutes, and that's even if I had an idea. If I don't have an idea for a thumbnail, oh, it's awful. But you get better. The faster you go, you get better. Now I'm doing stuff like, what was it? Recently, my wife was like, hey, we need you to take this one picture of my sister from this cut and put it in this picture because she had her eyes closed. And we really like this one. And it's like, yeah, no problem. It took me 5 minutes and I did it. And they're like, are you a wizard? I'm like, no, I make thumbnails for YouTube, so I'm kind of good at this now. And my thumbnails are garbage, don't get me wrong. Do you see the commemorator displays I tagged you with? Yeah, I saw it. That's really cool, Emma. It's been so long since I bought any commemorator stuff. What Nerf gun would you recommend for most modders? Modding is kind of pointless now. We have so much good stuff 3D printed. That's kind of your new modding. If you want to mod, you 3D print most of the time. And otherwise, like, yeah, most stuff you don't have to actually mod anymore. You can mod for fun, but yeah. Once you get running start on CapCut, you can just go miles. Same with Adobe. See, I haven't used Adobe stuff because it's just so freakishly expensive. I know that's like the standard. Like I said, I used a lot of Vegas though, so I don't think it would be that hard to get into, like Adobe After Effects and stuff like that. I used to use CapCut, but I got banned for a day. All my projects got sent to the void. Well, that shouldn't happen. Project files are saved on my computer, so. And like the PC version of CapCut's pretty decently strong. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. And a lot of auto stuff that works pretty okay. That's why it's a lot faster for me to do stuff. I don't know if like Vegas even has any kind of, I'm sure it has AI stuff by now, but like I said, Vegas, every version of Vegas I've ever used, I started with like Vegas 13. Every version of it I have ever used just crashes all the damn time for no reason. I have 64 gigs of RAM, got 24 gigs of VRAM. It's all on a 2 terabyte, Samsung 99 or 990 or whatever it is, like the fastest one they made at the time. Like every single thing to make that program work as smooth, and it still crashed. Like, I'm not joking you. Like every single time I make a thing, hitting Control-Shift-S to save, it was just muscle memory. Every single time. You just had to get used to, like, you click on something, you drag it, Control-Shift-S. You click on something to move it over, Control-Shift-S. You reframe something, Control-Shift-S. Otherwise, it would crash all the time. It sucked. And my autosave for that was on, like, a 3-minute thing. So if I didn't do the Control-Shift-F, like the manual save, the autosave would back me up. I'd only lose, like, 3 minutes. I've lost 45 minutes at some point to stuff in Vegas just crashing. Like, I could not tell you how struggle bus it was for a long time because Vegas just always crashed. But like, if you think like the entry point to get into content creation is big, it's never been easier in my opinion. Deity makes some really cheap mics, and I think audio is like the most important thing. I think you can use a cell phone. Like you can, if you have like this is an S22 Ultra. I think these are like $500, $400 now. Probably cheap used. You can use this camera to shoot an entire channel off, no problem. If you have like an iPhone 12 Pro, like that would work. Like you could use an older, flagship smartphone for a camera. Plug, get a USB-C or Lightning to either USB-C or 3.5 millimeter. I shot a lot of things on my iPhone back in the day. My entire channel started on an iPhone. But Deity makes, like, you can spend like $30, $50 on a mic and it would be good. Lighting is also important. Don't get me wrong. I suck at doing lighting, but you can go to like Goodwill and buy like cheap lamps and just put them there. It's like, obviously you need to probably put like a piece of printer paper over it. That'll soften it up and help it not be so focused in one place. And then you can control lighting by turning off your ceiling. Like when I shoot in the studio, I turn off the ceiling lights, and I need to get different lights, but I have one panel, soft panel, pointing towards me and mostly towards the camera. So I'm trying to get, so when I put my hand close, there's not a shadow there. Then I have the light that's currently shining right above me that I keep knocking over and almost breaking my camera with. This big, huge beam cannon, I've got a big soft bulb on it, big soft box. That's right next to my camera, just pointed outwards. And then I've got another LED panel that's like way up, shining down as a hair light, which cuts out. It doesn't work very well because it needs to be a more focused light than a big LED panel. But I do have one of those set up as a hair light to try to cut me out from the background. My biggest issue normally is that like I can't quite, I want to both put my camera farther back and crop in to get a better like separation between the background and the foreground, but I'm really limited on space. And I really like the framing I have right now with like just the one arcade machine and the corner that kind of bisects. Like it doesn't go all the, it's not right behind me. I'm not standing in the corner. It's just off to the side. And the lights, like the way I have the background lights set up, I really like how that looks on camera. So I'm kind of getting there, but you don't have to have a ton of money. You do have to put a little bit of money in. Mostly it's audio. Audio is the most important thing. I think anybody would agree that audio is the most important thing. Does he read chat? I do. I'm just talking. Like I can't obviously interrupt myself to answer another question and never get finished with anything. Any modern flagship phones is a good light will get you where you're good. Light, sure. Audio, most important. Audio's number one. Audio's absolutely number one. Just got the AccuStrike Alpha Hawk and intend to upgrade it. How should I go about it? There's not a whole lot you can do with that, Bybee. There's really not a lot you can do with the Alpha Hawk. There's almost nothing you can do with that Alpha Hawk, Auto Hawk. Auto Alpha Hawk? Yeah, you get it. Yeah, you could put a bigger spring in it and you could maybe brass the cylinders. You're not going to get much out of it. Do I like Nerf Pro? So far, not really. Adobe Express is free. The only bad thing about it is every time you open it, it gives you an ad. Well, that's fine. That's good. Anything that adds a watermark or a splash screen at the end, that should be avoided. People can stand bad video quality, but if your audio is horrible, yeah, I think audio is the most important thing. Which is funny, because again, that is probably worse than my lighting, is my ability to do audio. Everybody either always complains in my videos like I'm too loud, and I can't do like a blanket like audio adjustment thing. It's like the clips are too long. I'd have to do it like, it'd be insane and complicated. I'm trying to get better at it. I have like a, I have like a cutoff on my mic that I'm trying to use. I think it's been better the last couple of videos. But yeah, I don't know. I'm bad with audio. I'm bad at everything, let's be frank. It's amazing that anybody says my videos are good, because I really have no clue what I'm doing. I make an attempt. I upgraded some wireless clip-on mics. I have those. I'm not super happy with them. I obviously have the Rode ones. The problem is like the batteries, these are only a couple of years old and the batteries are shot. Which is super frustrating. And they're like impossible to replace the batteries in. I watched a video and it is not fun. I may have to upgrade here, which is fine because these have run their course. I'll keep them as a backup, or if I have a friend that needs them, like maybe Anthony, I'll pawn them off to him because they'll work as long as they're plugged in. Honestly, one of these, like clipped to this microphone stand, would work perfectly. Nerf gun, that's something I've wanted to do for years. The problem is I need friends for that. I actually don't use, I tried to use wireless clip-ons and I've tried to use lav mics. I can't use lav. I pop them constantly, no matter what I have the gain set to. And so I use a shotgun mic. Is Nerf Pro even a thing? They made the Strife Pro, but remember last summer they put out also the Torrent and the Sender Hazard, so. I have a mic stand. I'm not using it anymore. I just have the camera, the microphone mounted to my camera. But again, shotgun mic, so. Where do I shop for Nerf? Everywhere. Everywhere sells Nerf stuff. Target, Walmart, Fred Meyer, Amazon. They all sell it. You even go to Ross to pick up cheap stuff. Goodwill's. Yeah. I'm surprised it's been like an hour and I still haven't gotten any notification of dinner. That's fine. Even if she starts at 9, I'd still be ready way before bedtime, so. Alright. Well, I think I've answered just about every comment I can. You guys have any other burning questions? We've talked about everything from 3D printers to the XShot AEB to now content creation. Which obviously I have a passion for, because if I didn't have a passion for it, I wouldn't be here anymore. The way this community treats me sometimes, I honestly wonder. But I have fun doing what I do. I still like Nerf. I still absolutely love a lot of what we get to. Oh, man, it's so good. Oh, why are you so perfect? I'm waiting for this to fly into my monitor and break it. Yeah. So why is the Legion Go the best thing ever? Because it's the best thing ever. Like, it can't be beat. Anybody who's excited for a Switch 2, and like, there's nobody who owns a Lenovo Legion Go and is looking at the Switch 2 like, oh my god, I have to have one. Steam Deck is way weaker than a Legion Go. It's kind of weird how much weaker it is. It's not a good thing, General Strife. Not a good thing. I wish it was different. What is my favorite blaster brand? I am not a fan. I'm not a. What's the word I'm looking? I'm not a slave to any one brand. All the brands have screwed up at one point. All the brands have been the top at one point. So. I'm scared to think about how much the Legion Go 2 will cost with the tariffs. I didn't even consider that. It was already looking to be pretty expensive. Should I get a Pro Flywheeler or wait for an XShot AEB? Look to see if there's Maxims. Maybe Maxims on sale somewhere for you. Otherwise, brand loyalist. Thank you, General Strife. With the tariffs, Fallon, we're probably looking at like $1,300 because people were already saying it was going to be about a $900 computer. Honestly, I'd wait. We're so close to that XShot thing. Unless you have a game coming out within the next 3 months, you absolutely have to have a Pro Flywheeler for. I would wait because the AEB has the potential to completely outshine pretty much any flywheeler you would want. And I think because of that, it's really shaky. It could be nothing. It could be trash. From what we've seen, it looks amazing. I think if it is reasonably good as a blaster, it could very well make flywheelers almost obsolete. The only thing people can come up with as a copium for if the XShot AEB is good compared to flywheelers is flywheelers are better at hosing down targets, which you never really need to do. And I mean, there are places, I guess, where having a high rate of fire flywheeler, like the fastest you can get, like a frickin' pew pew at 40 darts a second, there are places where that could be usable. I have used high, fire rate flywheelers in HVZ just to spray. Famously, that's what like one of my Jupiters did when I was at Rackfest 2018, was I had them in my like chest rig, and there was many a time where I just ripped it out of my chest rig and just grabbed it, held down the trigger, and went like that, and emptied that mag while running away. It's pretty effective, but it's also like I wasn't gonna like hose down one zombie, and I also wasn't just gonna be like, I'm gonna just spray down all the zombies that are standing 50 feet from me. It's not how you HVC. So If it's going to be your first PC, I don't know if the Legion Go is a good option, to be fair. I think the Lenovo Legion Go is better for people who know PCs. Otherwise, I'd go for like a Steam Deck, because Steam Deck requires way less finickiness. Like, my wife uses the Steam Deck, no problem. I mean, I wouldn't say no problem. I've had to teach her. There was one time she was playing, I can't remember what game it was, but she had the TDP set to like 200 megahertz. Not the TDP, the clock on the GPU was set to like 200 megahertz, and her game was running at like 9 frames a second, and she was getting frustrated. And I looked over, like, why is it running so bad? She's like, I don't know. And I just hit the Steam button and scrolled to the thing. It's like, why do you have the core clock set, and then why do you have it set to 200 megahertz? And I slid it all the way up to like 1500 and it ran fine. She didn't know. I've explained it to her like 3 or 4 times. It's like, you want to play Stardew Valley on your Steam Deck for 15 hours, then you go and set all these numbers down. Fingers crossed I get a good filming camera for Easter or Christmas. I don't really think you need a good camera. I mean, heck, what do I use? Wherever the heck my ZV-1 is. ZV-1s are dirt cheap. I've seen used ZV-1s on Facebook for $200. Like, wow, brand new there. Well, on Amazon, they're $550. And I bet you if you shopped around on like eBay for a used ZV-1, I bet you they are cheap. I bet you can get them for $300, $400. And that's the original ZV-1. I'm not even talking about the ZV-1F or anything like that. I mean, if you got a good one that worked, yeah, here's that's a ZV-1F. That's $370. Honestly, the ZV-1F is more of a side grade compared to the ZV-1. But yeah, I would, if you could get a ZV-1 for like, you know, $400, I think that's a killer deal. That camera will, it does 4K, it does 4K 30. That's what I use my ZV-1 at, is 4K 30. ZV-1F, it has some upgrades. It has USB-C, which the ZV-1 doesn't for some insane reason. But it has a kind of a worse sensor. Isn't there like a ZV-1-2 or something like that? There is literally a ZV-1-2. I forgot about that thing. DVD handicap. I mean, let's be frank, Solanus. I had to make this quality the worst I could, because when we shot just 4x3 at the high quality setting, it actually looked really good. And we were like, it looks like I just put a filter over my normal camera. So it's like we actually had to tone this thing down to low quality mode. That's insanity to me. Talk about a champion. This is 20 years old. $750. Like I said, don't buy a brand new one. Buy a used one. Even then, like I was saying, like I don't know if I would recommend buying a ZV-1 over just having a better smartphone. There's pros and cons to both. Why stream 720p if you got 4K? I think the reason for that is like YouTube doesn't really like you streaming above a certain bit rate. So, what is my favorite rodent? It's a rat. It's obviously rats. I have guinea pigs. I've had hamsters. We prefer rats. They are the best. Now, if I had a chance, I'd get a fat-tailed gerbil. Bricko, I was planning on stopping, but we just keep going because I can't shut the heck up. I keep watching my stream numbers go dip up and down, up and down. They're at like 78, 79. It's like, what the heck? Like, it was at 60 something a little while ago. We're just going up and down, man. Clocks for real. I bought the Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley hype during the pandemic after playing them. On top of everything else, back then I just feel COVID scammed me. Looking to take COVID to court in Australia. And then Clocks for real tipped another $1, says, what's the worst generation in gaming consoles and why is it right now? Because gaming consoles don't need to exist anymore. I don't know how else to put it. Like, everything's just a mini computer. how often do you get to do games? I haven't played a lot. The last time I really put time and effort into a game was Monster Hunter Wilds. And to be honest, I kind of feel like I got scammed out of my 60 or 70. Well, I bought it off like Fanatical, and I think that was like $53 plus tax. So I saved a bit. But yeah, I thought Monster Hunter Wilds was cool, and then I ran out of stuff to do. So yeah, I've been playing recently. I picked up a bunch. I've been playing through my backlog of like, what do you call them? Roguelikes, bullet hells, whatever you want to call them. I was playing Magicraft, which I think I paid $9 for, and I got like 15 hours out of that. And I think I finally did actually beat it, like the hardest difficulty. That being said, I haven't unlocked everything in it, so I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Brotato, which I have a love-hate relationship with right now, but it's like I love doing, you know, a couple of rounds of Brotato here and there, because it's like, you know, if a run goes good, it's like 20 minutes. If a run goes bad, it's like 30 seconds. What else? I actually did resub to RuneScape last night, and then all I did was AFK train at Sulfur Naguas to I hit level 92 strength last night, which is halfway to 99. What else have I been playing? I did re-download Path of Exile too. I haven't been playing that. What else? Really not a whole lot. I've really not been playing a whole lot. We did have a run with Enshrouded, my friend and I. 7 Days to Die, same friend, had a run with that. Man, I got like, yeah, 40 hours in 7 Days to Die now. And I had like, what, 36 hours in Enshrouded. Those are all pretty much with him. Yeah, I got a lot of games I could play, just nothing I really feel like playing. Haven't even tried Marvel Rivals. I've been avoiding that for whatever reason. Oh, Haste. I picked up Haste. I'm only like 4 hours into it, but Haste is really good. I like that game a lot. It's like the best Sonic game we've never had. Animal Well. I've heard a lot about Animal Well. I've never played it. I'll probably try to pick it up at some point. Can't wait for PoE 2. Food's done. Okay, that's my call. Sea of Stars. I think I have that. I don't think I've played it yet. But that's my call. I gotta go get food. So I hope it was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will print this blaster out. Who knows? Maybe Tuesday or something we'll have a build stream and I'll build this smiley. Either that or I'll do it for the actual video itself. Shouldn't be too hard, I hope, especially with how good Adam made this hardware kit. Look at that. When was the last time you picked up a hardware kit that was this perfect? Plunger tube, spring, bolt, brass pieces, pin, all the screws, springs, all in one night. I wish every hardware kit was like that, man. Adam did such a freaking bang-up job. It's not even funny. Here's to another 36 months. You know it, Fallon. You know it. Me and you together. 100 years, Walcom Fallon. 1,000 seasons. This is my arc. Printed a 3D printed a new ring for the Alchemist driver during the stream. Oh, that's kind of cool. I guess you could do that, huh? Just gotta have the RFID tags. All right. Have a good night, everybody. I'll leave you with the rest of the song. Thanks for joining me. Hope you had fun. Of course, I will have a video out for you Monday, most likely. We'll see. I almost got a video out today. I kind of came up here and thought about it, but it was like 11. I'm like, even if I start right now, there's no way I'd have a video up by 3. 3 is kind of my cutoff. 3, 4 is my cutoff time for a video. If I do a video at 5, you know I've been working on it for like the last 8 hours. And I'm like, no, it's going to happen today. All right, everyone. Take care. Thank you so much. Seriously, your support has been absolutely bonkers. I can't, as long as you guys keep watching, I will keep making videos. I've had the best March I've ever had on YouTube, and all I had to do was actually just make videos. I'm trying to fix my screw-ups, and as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making them. I'm constantly trying to improve, you know, and if there's certain things you want to see, don't be shy to, you know, let me know. I don't normally take like video requests, but there are, if somebody wants to see something, I think it's a good idea, I will do it. I have tons of ideas for videos in the future. I could almost do a video every day if I wanted to, but I'm kind of trying to give you guys a break with like 2-3 a week max. So thank you, seriously, all of you that support, and especially, pardon me, and especially during the streams as well. I stopped streaming for a while. I came back. My numbers have never been better, and that's freaking amazing to me that there's still people that will watch this stupid old fat guy talk about toys and video games for hours on end. So I hope you had fun. We'll be here next Saturday night starting at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There might be another stream. Maybe I'll experiment with a weekday stream. I've never done it. Maybe we should. Maybe that'll be fun. I might have a plan for next stream. It depends on how much work I want to put into it. One of these days we got to stream the Nerf Wii games because I actually have a Wii set up now for that. So maybe I'll make that a stream goal next time. Like maybe we'll have like some ludicrously high stream goal to make me play and suffer through those games, like $1,000 or something, and I'll play through the entirety of the Nerf Elite games on the Wii because I have all the stuff to do it now. I have an actual remote sensor and all that kind of garbage. So we'll see. Anyway, love you. Take care. Remember to stay hydrated. You know, eat your vitamins. Call your mom. She probably misses you. Don't take that for granted. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much, and you have a fantastic night as soon as I find the stream ending. Bye!